Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the evil that men do. Father God, I pray and ask that you help me to have mercy on others the same way I would want you to have mercy on me. Father God, I also ask that you help me to be quick to forgive and slow to get angry. Amen, amen, amen. These young dudes out here don't respect shit until you put the barrel in their ear and let the text spit. I just might catch a case on my next hit, remove their whole face on some special effect shit. So show respect, Drake, or I'ma have a flashback. Digging through the dresser like, fuck it, where my mask at? The mash back with the banger and damage shit and say fuck everything I learned in anger management. Hop back on some east side Dannon shit and push a nigga's top back when I let the cannon spit. Start planning shit, premeditation. I'm in love with the streets again, rededication. Casket or cremation when I shoot you down. I was built for the smoke like a hookah lounge. I keep big shit that sound like a bazooka sound. And I shoot quicker than ain't gotta be a hoop around. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps. A ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps. A ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Gun on me, it ain't never for show. Homie, I'm far from a bully, but I'm never a hoe. Get out of line, my Beretta will blow. Real talk, we can take the beef wherever we go. I bring it to your front door like I'm Uber Eats. I guarantee you listen up when this Ruger speaks. Plus I maneuver through these streets like a ghost, and I'm handy with the heat. I cook a nigga like a roast. On me, homie, this is not a boast. I will still come through, boy, and stop a nigga's post. Play him close, man, Eric will ease it. Quickly off the waistband, man, and Eric will squeeze it. Leave you niggas laid out dead or paraplegic. Niggas playing in these streets while I'm very strategic. I come to your house dressed like the gas man. Shoot you 9 times, leave you stretched by the trash can. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps. A ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps. A ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. I don't put shit on Facebook, I just holler in person. Put the pistol in your mouth while you holler in cursing. All that shit you kept rehearsing and put on your live, got your clap with the big 4-5. You bitch nigga, if you tell me to pull up, I'ma do that. That nigga who was whooping first nigga that I shoot at. Ski mask on my face, bystanders be like, who that? I ain't with the talking, bitch boy, I thought you knew that. Leave his brains where my shoe at and bounce like I'm on a trampoline. Leave you laid out, nigga, like you camping on the scene. If you want something sweet, grab a peach or tangerine. Niggas won't smoke, well fuck it, I'ma let them handle steam. AR with the beam, you see the red dot? We tug on this trigger, nigga. It'll make your head pop. Blood pouring down to your shoes, call it Red Sox. Your brains hanging all over your shoulders like some dreadlocks. Expect the gang of dead off if they ever cross the line. The Lord said in the Bible, oh, revenge is mine. So I'm just trying to find a righteous path between the two. Before I lose control and do the shit I used to do. This being humble shit is new. I'm trying to turn the other cheek, but I ain't never been a bitch, so watch your mouth when you speak. Your mercy's what I seek, so I pray on bended knees. Don't let me get the K with the extended clip and squeeze. Lord, please. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps. A ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps. A ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps.
How to store and
All right, y'all. We had a little issue, technical difficulty, but now I think we back on track, y'all. Glad to have all of y'all with us, man. Shout out to Brother Eric, man. Glad to have you. Music is courtesy of Brother Eric. 16, better known 16 in life, better known as Chill, man. Good dude. If you get a chance to go on over to his YouTube page, it's 16 in life, man. Go check him out. He got a lot of good music, comedy skits, a lot of different stuff, man. Very talented brother. Going over there, he donated the song Relapse. Clarence, why you play this song Relapse? Because any one of us could relapse, man. Any one of us could get caught up in a wicked world like this. Any one of y'all could get caught up. Any one of your children walking out the front door with good intentions, right? Pinocchio had good intentions and, got caught up out there, right? Anybody could get caught up out there, man. It's such a crazy world out here today, man. But we ain't gonna go long, y'all. We gonna go strong, man. Everything's been crazy, man, since last night, man. I was like, what is going on? I wake up this morning, man. I'm like, what is going on? What is the goings ons? Right. First of all, man, let me. I think I took care of business with Brother Eric. Let me check everybody in, man. Let me check everybody in, man. Everybody that's wants to be seen. And shout out to the people in the bushes, man. First of all, we got Risa Neal in the building, man. Let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something. You do not want to play with Risa Neal, man. Risa Neal, you know what I'm saying? You got to have an enforcer, man. You got to have somebody that's going to shoot first and ask questions later, right? And I always tell Risa, you got a free hand to move how you want. Let the person come to me and ask to be let back in. But if you see him funny style, and she know, if she see somebody moving funny style, she ain't got to worry about whether Clarence got her back. Clarence got her back. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? First thing I'm gonna do is say, what you say to Risa? Right? So shout out to Risa Neal, man. We got, and we need people like that, man, to make sure that, because the trolls respect certain people, man. They respect certain people. When they see certain people in the chat, they know, oh, this ain't the place to troll. Probably ain't gonna get a good response. It ain't gonna be worth my time. Let me just roll on out of here. And Risa's one of those people, man. So shout out to Risa. Glad to have you in the building, sis. Good to see you. Arshawn, he said, man, how you gonna start? Well, I didn't know you was starting so early until I already had set it up. I was like, oh man, he gonna do something. I said, man, dog, man. But I figured, man, everybody was gonna go check you out live, and then they check me out in the replay, because that's what most people do. They don't hang out for all the hours that we be on, man. Sometimes they, go check something out. They go check you, or go check the Harris family or other people, man. They go check them out. But I didn't know Arshawn till it was too late. I already set it up, man. But I pushed it back as long as I could. try to watch your stream. But anyway, shout out to Arshawn, man. Glad to have you in the building, brother. Who else in the building? OG Patrice is in the building. Shout out to OG Patrice. Glad to have you in the building, sis, as always. M Mills, haven't seen you in a while, sis. Glad to have you. Glad to have you back in the building. Good to see you, as always. And Mills said, hit the like button on the way in. Please, if you could. We sure would appreciate it, man. We sure would appreciate it. Who else we got? Oh, we got Sister Annie in the building. Shout out to Sister Annie in the building. Excuse me. Got her in the building, y'all. Got my other Taurus sister in the building. Shout out to you. Critically Drinking, man. Hey, if you guys have not subscribed to Critically Drinking, get on over there and subscribe to Critically Drinking, man. Man, it's a good set of good young people, man, over there. You know what I'm saying? They don't always agree with me. But what I do like is they're very respectful, and most of the time, right? We all slip every now and then, but they're very respectful, man, and they're very smart. You know what I'm saying? Even if they disagree with you, they're gonna set the position up where you at least have to acknowledge. You have to say, well, I got to at least think about it like that, right? So shout out to Critically Drinking, man. Get on over there and subscribe to Critically Drinking. Who else is in the building, man? Who else is in the building? And Mill says subscribe. Yeah, I would love it if you would. That would be nice. I don't think we're talking about nothing, man. And over here, we don't have no problem with you guys pushing back on us, right? You push back on us, hey, Clarence, I didn't agree with that. Simmer, man, either Sim will be like, nah, Clarence, that didn't fly. Right? Sim will be like, yeah, that's good, Clarence. Clarence, yeah, I'm with that, Clarence. Nah, Clarence, that don't make no sense, right? Shout out to Sim, man. Wherever you are out there, brother. All right, let's see who else in the building. Oh, my sister Don Frank. She said, hey, bro, COG Tree Chat. Hope everybody's doing one day so far. So far, so good. Now that we see your smiling face, Sister Don, good to see you in the building. Good to see you in the building. In the building. Man, look at all these people. Holy smokes, y'all. Got Mr. He said, Mr. He said, peace, family, salute, brother. See you in the chat. Happy Sunday. Hey, man, if you haven't already subscribed to Mr. He said or the Harris or his wife, Miss She said, man, go on over there and subscribe to him. Are you gonna like him? I don't know, man. I do. And Mr. He said he don't agree with me all the time, but he's very respectful young brother, man. Very respectful brother. And same thing like Arshawn, man. That's what I respect about him. They could disagree with you without, dropping all the pots and pans, right? You disagree, and then we get to the point where we say, okay, that's enough. Let's go get some fish. Let's go get some, whatever, right? Even though we disagree, right? Y'all should see me and Rico, man. If you walked in on the phone conversation with me and Rico, you would think that you would think that we wasn't friends, man. We be going at it, man. We be going at it, but you know what? It keeps Rico honest. It keeps me honest, right? Keeps us honest, right? Because sometimes Rico hit me something. I got like, damn, that was a good argument. I can't fight that one. That was a good argument, right? But shout out to Harris Tribe Media Group, man. If you haven't already subscribed to him, get on over there and subscribe to him. Who else in the building? E-Black TV, man. E-Black TV is in the building. Shout out to E-Black TV, man. Hope you and your family are doing well over there, man. Hope you and your family are doing well, man. Good to see you in the building, young man. Good to see you in the building. I know a lot of y'all be like, man, Clarence, how is he cool with some of these people? He's not supposed to be cool with E-Black, right? I know. But let me tell y'all something, man. If I pick up the phone right now and say, E-Black, I need $100, I need $50 to do this or do that, I mean, that brother's coming running, man. Him and Chef and a lot of other cats, man. So I don't believe everything you hear, man. They tell you, oh, well, Clarence ain't cool with this person, they ain't cool with that person. They might get mad at me. I ain't saying E-Black ain't gonna get mad at me sometimes, but definitely I can make that backdoor phone call and make some stuff happen, man. A lot of these young brothers, they have give me that respect, so I appreciate them, including the intellectual soapbox, including Daryl Long. Okay, so let's get to work, y'all. Let's get to work. Okay, so why are we here? Man? Why are we here? There's been some issues with content creation, right? Now, some of y'all might say, man, what's easy? All y'all do is get up there and talk, Clarence. That's easy, right? Nah, not necessarily. See, I got some help. I got help. I got people in the chat. I got Sister Annie. I got most of you guys in the chat. Most of the people that's here in the chat have wrenches and they can step in. But I got an enforcer, man. I got somebody like Risa Neal, who I don't have to worry about anything in that chat, man. I got some help. Now, some people don't have help, or they do have help, their help is lacking, right? But I told my people, man, especially Risa, fire at will, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem with somebody? Let them come to me. And people they come to me and say, hey, I got into it with one of your mods and I got put out. Okay. You want to come back? I'll bring you back, and they usually act better after that, right? Right? But, man, we're not going to play with nobody up in here, man. We know most of us, man, we are more mature than a lot of these other spots, man. So we ain't got time. I'm 55 years old, man. I ain't got time to be convincing nobody or nothing like that, man. I'm talking to you to help you. See all these bumps on my head? I'm trying to make sure you don't got the bumps. But if you just got a taste for them bumps, go on and do exactly the opposite of what I'm telling you. There you go. You got all the bumps you want, right? But anyway, man, we got some content creation. People think that content creation is easy work, and it's not. Most of you guys in the chat are content creators. Man. You got to watch the chat. You got to watch the panel. You got to try and pay attention. You got to research stuff while on the fly, right? On the fly, you people say something, they bring something up, you trying to research it on another screen, and you trying to and still trying to pay attention to the conversation, right? Because somebody may say something crazy and it get past you, right? I've been sitting here, man. When somebody said, "You didn't hear that person say that?" No, I was doing about 4 or 5 other things on a whole nother computer. I didn't hear them say that, right? People say, "Oh, Clay, how come you didn't hear? You didn't hear that person say that?" Oh, y'all, man, I forgot the links, man. I forgot the links, Rico. That was my fault. Let me send y'all these links right now, man. That was my fault, Rico. I fell down. I got into a phone conversation and I forgot, man. Let me do this right now. I'm sending you guys these links right now. Let's see. Yeah, man. So I've been caught up like that, right? I was like, huh? What? I don't what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was like, I didn't hear that person do that. They be like, oh, you just didn't want me to, you just want me to, you just wanted that person to attack me. You know what I mean? You just wanted the person to attack me. I want a person to attack you. I don't want nobody to attack you. You doing a lot of stuff up here, especially if you by yourself. Now, if you got a co-host or something like that, or you got somebody else that's involved on the production side, yeah, then you got help. But most of us are up here by ourselves, right? You ain't got no help out here, man. You trying to listen to the conversation. You trying to watch the chat. You trying to research something. You trying to get ready for the next segment. You're doing a bunch of different things up here, right? Doing a bunch of different things up here. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. How do we get into the point now in content creation? Sometimes as a content creator, we can not really think about things in a full way. Salute to you, Rush. Shout out to you, brother. We can look at things not in a full context of what's going on. For example, I'm just gonna use Arshawn as I'm just gonna use him as a example. I have people that come here that also go over to Critically Drinking, right? They're over on Critically Drinking. Okay, so me and Arshawn are cool. But then all of a sudden, there's a problem between us. And now we got an issue between the both of us, right? I can't expect the people that come here and still go over there to be like, well, I'm not going to go over there because I'm rolling with Brother Clarence. I mean, that's nice and all of that, but I can't expect that from the people. I can't expect that from people, right? Sometimes we as content creators, man, we don't understand that. We think you my sub, and if something go faulty with me and whoever, you supposed to be down with me. They may still be down with you. They may still be down with you. But you got to understand that they still may be down with that person. I had to explain this recently, right? You got 2 parents, right? You got one parent, and the 2 parents get into an argument. The child don't say, well, I'm never going to talk to the mother again because I'm with the father. No, they still have a relationship with both people. Even though you at odds with the mother and the mother at odds with you, the child still going to go to the mother when they want something that they think the mother going to give them, and they're going to come to you when they think you're going to give them something. Likewise, the subscribers or the people that come into our chats, we got to understand that just because we get into an altercation with another content creator and they like us both, they still gonna like us both. You might see them over there, right? Or you might see them over, or you might see them on another panel. Like for example, let me use Rico as an example, right? I can't be, oh, well, Rico, how come you going to other channels and sitting on their panels? You supposed to be here with me. Come on, man. We're all adults, man. And I know, I got sense enough to know, Rico got other interests outside of just talking about the stuff we talk about here. He has other interests. He may want to go and pursue those other interests and talk to other like-minded people, right? And then we get tired of them, you come back over here, right? Whatever. All of us, right? Oh, Patrice, you got to be right here all the time. No, man, we all got different interests. We're going to be go different places, right? So we as content creators, most of you guys are content creators, we as content creators, we got to understand this. We can't get all bent out of shape because somebody go this place and somebody go that place, right? And you can't say to yourself, well, here's another example. I went to a content creator's page. I was told by a couple of people, hey man, don't do that. You ain't got nothing to prove. You ain't got to go do this, right? You ain't got nothing to prove. So I said, well, I gave my word. That's very, I don't know, man, how people feel about their word, but my word means a lot to me. If I tell somebody I'm gonna do something, I want to be found at least with most of my energy trying to do it. If I don't get it accomplished, at least trying to do it, right? So I gave these people my word I would come and sit on the panel, right? So I was like, hey, we got a nation, we got a saying in the nation, man. Some guy, I don't want my word to fail, right? I don't want my word to fail. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'd rather lose my life before my word should fall, right? It's just important. At least that's how I was taught. But everybody ain't taught that way. Everybody, some people can give their word and they give their word as a deflection for the responsibility, right? We don't want to be that way. We don't want to be that way. But anyway, I was telling the, people, hey, I'm going to do it. They told me, no, don't do it. It's class. You don't need to do that, right? But what happened? I get over there. And I thought I was out there by myself. They started attacking me. I look in the chat, and the people that told me don't go over there was in the chat, elbowing people in the chat, kicking people in the chat, right? Right? So sometimes people will feel that way about you, man. They will feel like that. Hey, man, this our cat right here. But most of the people won't. Most of the people, this ain't that serious. And I tried to explain another thing that, hey, some people, especially the females, will say, this between this man and that man. I'm not going to intervene between this man and that man. Because I would be showing either one of them disrespect by trying to say that they can't handle their business by me stepping in there. If I step in that gap between these two men and these two men are going at it, and the one that I step in for because of my feelings, because I appreciate them, or I roll with them, or I got a stronger affinity for them, that person probably be offended because they say, I don't need no woman to step in there for me, right? See, some females understand male psychology, right? I don't need nobody to step in there for me. I can defend myself, right? That's how most men look at it, right? I got an issue with a man, I'm gonna go to that man. Y'all gonna hear about it afterwards. I'm going to the person and say, hey, I had this issue with you, right? And then if they blow me away, and I feel like they're the kind of person that may say publicly, this is how this went, and it's other than how it really went, I'm gonna come and tell you, man, because I don't want y'all to think, hey, Brother Clarence is out there doing nefariousness, as Patrice would say, right? I ain't out there doing no nefariousness. I mean, I'm not perfect. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. But I mean, I definitely ain't on purpose seeking to cause harm to people by saying different things, slandering them. I ain't doing that, right? Sister Annie said, you would go off the porch way across the street in the sandbar. I know, Sister Annie. I'm trying to do good, though. I'm good now. I'm good. I stay right here, right? I stay sitting in my rocking chair like an old man's supposed to, right? You know what I mean? But if anybody invite me for a meaningful debate, I'll go. I'm just not going I'm no longer doing the 10 and 8 people panels and all that. I'm not doing that no more. Not happening, man. That way we ain't doing that no more. That's over. That's one thing I do agree with Arshawn about, man. You know, you don't get anything done, and with 10 people on the panel, nobody has an opportunity to actually set their argument up and defend it and take pushback and then articulate back and forth in a meaningful way, right? Where good information is being passed both back and forth. That don't happen on a 10-man panel. Usually have about 7 people that are reasonable, and then the other 3 you usually have 7 that are about reasonable, 1 that's just a complete fool, the other 2 that are kind of in the middle, right? And then you got the content creator, right? So I say content creator is 1 of the 2 that's in the middle, right? Either instigating the issue or keeping it going or whatever, right? Arshawn say, if you catch me on a 10-piece nugget, someone caught me slipping. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. That's why I always ask, what's the topic about, and who's gonna be on the panel. And I've had to turn away from a couple of them, man, because I can't. What are we gonna do? I can't. I'm not gonna step outside of myself and be on a panel where I'm being attacked by a bunch of different people, and I don't even have the proper time to establish my retort in a way that makes sense, right? I look just as crazy as them, hollering, screaming at me. I look just as crazy as them, right? And people are tuning in to see the conflict and not the contrast. There's a difference between conflict and contrast, right? The contrast is the difference between my position and your position. That's the contrast, right? We can discuss that logically. Conflict is where the conflict gets out of hand, right? It's just conflict. It may not even be a difference of opinion. We may be on the same page, but we personally have a disagreement, and it's just ridiculous. I've been on a panel like that, right? Where we were basically in agreement, but because they had an issue with me personally, for whatever reason, they was coming at me. And then when we finally got down to the brass tacks, we were all saying the same thing. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do that no more, man. Hey, let's talk. Let's talk it out. Let's hash it out, and let's be about the business. Now, I'm personally always going to defend us here, right? We, because if I see somebody has said something about us, I'm going to say, okay, that's cool. Just show us the receipts, right? That's all. Show us the receipts. Because if I apologize to somebody, I will do it in a heartbeat. I'll do it in a heartbeat. And that's what we all should be as content creators, right? We should be ready. Because you never know, man. We operating off every day and every moment. We operating off the information we got at the moment. But things change. Things change, right? Then you find out, this is different, right? You went around, you thought that the Empire and the Stormtroopers were the bad guys. In the end, we found out that it was the reverse, right? It was the reverse, right? the Jedi was trying to stomp them out, right? So it's a different thing, right? We gotta pay attention to what we're doing, man, out here, especially as content creators, because we got a responsibility, right? People in the chat, they don't have the responsibility that we have as content creators, right? Person come in, throw something in the chat, they out of here, right? They gone, right? You and me as a content creator, now we got a responsibility, right? There's kids watching what we saying. There's people in other countries watching what we saying. There's people other races watching what we saying, right? We got to be. We unfortunately we on the hook as content creators, so we gotta stand by what we saying. Ain't that right, Uncle Rico?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, and happy Sunday to everybody here within the sound of my voice.
Yeah, man. It's a good Sunday, man. Everything is cool out here in Los Angeles, man. A little overcast, but it's cool out here, man. How about there in Maryland, man?
It's actually doing pretty good. I mean, every Sunday above ground is a good Sunday.
brother.
But yeah, the weather here is nice. It was a little overcast this morning, but now the sun done came out. So it was a scorcher yesterday. It's been like up and down, up and down. But again, I'm loving it. Got a nice. I'm actually getting rid of a cold. I was fighting a spring cold for like 3-4 days. I got sent home from work like Wednesday, so I stayed home the rest of the week.
Rico, stop lying. The white man didn't let you off work, man.
No, he
Stop
let me off
lying.
work. He sent my ass home to work. He just didn't want me. He just
didn't want you to put them germs out there.
That's
Huh?
what he didn't want. He said, "Get your laptop, take your ass to work. I'll see you online in a few." That's basically, yeah. They didn't let me off. They cracked that virtual whip.
They put you at home so they can't look out the blinds at you.
That's it. That's it. But
shout out to Mike TV, man. Shout out to Mike TV for stopping by.
They had me.
Shout out to Quantum.
But believe it or not, it actually put my inebriation on pause for a day or two.
Shout out to Polo stopping by.
Yeah, I had to put the inebriation down for a day or two.
What?
I come back strong. What? I got a lot of catching up to do. I got a lot.
I see. Easy, Rico. We got at least a couple. Give me at least a couple hours, man. You got to do it slow. Got to sip. Got to sip, bro. All right. So we talking about content creation, y'all. We talking about content creation, man. We talking about how there are different avenues and different things that you have to accept being a content creator, right? You have to accept that, right? Because, like I said, if I have an issue with somebody, like I said, I was using Arshawn as a example. Like me and Arshawn were cool, and then all of a sudden we got into it, and we still sharing people in the chat. I can't expect the people in the chat to be like, okay, stop going to Arshawn because you got an issue with me. Stop going over there. That's what do you call that? That's unrealistic expectation. What do y'all think about that?
It's funny you mentioned that because I told you, like, in other spaces I've been in, I've seen things, and like I've been learning about content creator etiquette. Like I didn't know that there was certain YouTube etiquette, right?
Right.
So because I've seen in spaces where a couple of other content creators completely out of this space altogether. In my passport brother spaces where I be fighting internationally.
Right.
But literally one of the things which I didn't think, like not having a channel, not really caring, but it's like there's supposedly an unwritten offense. Like right now, this is your channel, right, Clarence?
Right.
But I'm not supposed to shout my channel out without getting some sort of okay from you.
Right.
Or some sort of blessing. So there are rules that apply to channel holders that don't apply to the rest of us. And to be quite honestly, I don't know what those rules are, nor do I give a shit because I'm not a channel holder.
Right.
So I think people, you as a channel holder, if I shouted out a channel, you may not take offense to me because I'm not shouting out my channel. I'm not getting out. Oh man, go over to this, But if I had my channel, the Rico channel, and the whole time I'm up here, I'm dropping hints in the chat. I'm shouting myself out. That's what I found out, from these other channel holders. Like, you're not supposed to be doing that when you're in somebody else's chat or on somebody else's platform without their express permission. Yeah. But apparently that's the way people be moving in these spaces. Me not having a channel, it never crossed my mind because I don't do no greasy shit like that because I don't have one. So I'm not calling anybody out. I'm bringing y'all a story from over in my passport spaces. And so that was one thing I learned about it. That's why I'll never have a channel because this shit is stupid. It's just a lot. It's just a lot.
We got to do it, Rico. We got to do it, Rico. Okay. What about Vaughn? What about Vaughn and Patrice? What do y'all think?
Hey, gentlemen, how y'all doing? How's everybody doing this morning, afternoon, depending on where you are in the world? Salute to the chat. This is a very necessary conversation, right? I think it's very necessary to have because I think that people's opinion and views has totally gotten misconstrued, has gotten out of content when it comes to content creators and their subscribers, right? I think that this conversation needs to be had because there's a lot of misconception. There's a lot of unfairness. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of intimidation. There's a lot of bullying that goes on regarding this very sad subject with content creators and subscribers, and who do people feel that they need to be loyal to. I've said it earlier on, that content creators, if there's a certain etiquette that you have with each other, that's cool. Whatever you establish for that etiquette that you have with each other as content creators, fine. There should not be an obligation of a certain loyalty to just one said content creator. If I know that I rock with you, Bro C, and you have a YouTube channel, and I've subscribed to you, and I'm talking strictly now as a subscriber, and then I have I'll use somebody else as an example. Just say Brother Vaughn had a channel, and I'm also a subscriber on his channel, and you two get into it. Now I like both of y'all, right? So I'm in your chat, and I'm in Vaughn's chat, but you guys are into it. I should not, as a subscriber,
Shout out to Ron P.
be intimidated, be bullied, be influenced, be cursed, be excuse me, anything of that nature, to be forced to make a choice between the two of you. If I rock with both of you. Now, if I respectfully come in your chat, Brother Vaughn, and you are airing out your grievances against Bro Clarence, because I'm in your chat as a subscriber and supporter of your channel, doesn't mean that means I side with you on what you're doing with against Bro C, and vice versa if the roles were reversed, right? And I think that that's where people need to have honest conversations. People need to really understand that this is YouTube, this is social media, and my loyalty can still be to the both of you all without siding with one person.
Shout
And
out to Daryl Long.
And I think it's unfair when content creators or even other subscribers do that. But we know that this happens in these YouTube streets, right? That's a part of the whole situation. When you get into it with somebody, where people start wanting you to take sides. And I think it's so unfair. And they get upset with you and they get mad at you. And then they don't want to rock with you. They tell other people not to rock with you. And then the threats and intimidation come because of that. We all just recently went through that not too long ago, right? And it seems to be, it's still happening, right, with certain content creators in these YouTube streets. And I want to be clear that especially women are made to be silent, to be intimidated and bullied into not being able to say what they're going through, whether it be up front or behind the scenes, because people are trying to literally intimidate and silence them into not saying anything when things are happening to them. And that's unfortunate, because, and this is why a lot in this space, that a lot of Black women don't feel protected, and they hold back and they don't say things, is because when they see people picking at them in the chat, picking at them behind the scenes, and y'all know stuff get back to people, because people make sure that things get back to people who they wanted to get back to, right? So we gonna keep it all the way a beam today, that we know that there should not be any form of intimidation, bullying, conversation if you're not having it with the person you have the issue with, right? But we know that this is happening in the YouTube streets. So we have to be able to be honest with ourselves and say, I cannot hold this person that is a subscriber to me and also a subscriber to somebody else that I'm into with liable, because I want them to rock on my side and rock with my clique, and be against that person because I'm against that person. That's not fair. And this is the type of pressure that a lot of subscribers feel, and even a lot of content creators feel, that may not have a certain level of respect or mannerism or etiquette when it comes to whatever that etiquette is, because I don't know what it is either. But I know as a subscriber, and this is the thing, people come at the subscribers, and we are literally subscribed. We are not even content creators. Now, maybe there's an etiquette with content creators that I don't know about, and that when you guys come at each other for a certain loyalty or whatever, that's cool. But as a subscriber, I really think it is unfair that this type of intimidation and onus can be on subscribers when you have appreciation and like for both channels that you subscribe to. And I just want to be clear. So I'm glad that this conversation is being had, because things need to be cleared up as far as how I'm concerned and how I feel. I know I've been in this situation before, and I don't give a damn how big of a content creator you are, how many followers you are, who you rock with. I give zero fucks about that. I'm going to go where I want to go. I'm going to subscribe to who I want to subscribe to. And if you don't like it, then lump it. Right? So my thing, because if I'm on channels with and rock with people, and I don't rock with certain people that they rock with. And I will tell them, this is your channel. I have no right to tell you who to bring up on your panel, who to rock with, who to allow to come up. I just know for me, if I see them on the panel, I'm not coming up. If I'm on the panel first and they come up, I'm going down. Listen, it's clear. I make myself clear about that. I don't tell people what to do with their channel, and I don't think that channel holders should have a right to tell subscribers where they could go and where they could not go, and who to rock with and who not to rock with. And I land my plane there for now.
All right. Well, we got the intellectual soapbox stopping by, but Vaughn, first, you have any remarks?
Yeah, well, I'd just like to say greetings to everybody on the panel. Can you hear me? Am I clear? Because I can't really tell. Okay,
Good
great.
afternoon. Good Sunday.
Good afternoon, everybody in the chat piece. But what I would say about this is, people have a lot of nerve to, try to pin you to just their channel, just because you're their subscriber at whatever given moment. I feel that we should have the liberty to go where we choose to go. You know what I'm saying? And it has nothing to do with loyalty. This is YouTube. I might want to hear your conversation this week, and I may want to hear someone else's conversation next week, And so what I find is we're taking a lot of things personally. You know what I'm saying? When everybody should be entitled to their opinion, they should be able to express their perspectives. You see what I'm saying? This is not a club. This is not a clique for me. You see what I'm saying? Just because I'm subscribed to Brother Clarence's channel, doesn't mean that I'm not free to go somewhere else. And this is nonsense, And sometimes people feel like you're not loyal if you don't show up on their channel. And I'm trying to figure out, well, what do you do when you have 50,000 subscribers? How do you keep up with all of those people?
Good question.
So it's kind of a crazy concept, right? Now listen, this week has been very crazy on YouTube, man. We're seeing a lot of stuff happening, a lot of conflicts and a lot of back and forth and things like that. It's unfortunate that these conversations have to be had, you see, but sometimes they just have to be had. And so I'm glad that we're addressing this topic today, because, and we should be responsible also for what we let come out of our mouths when we're in these spaces. Now, some people, they speak all willy-nilly. They really don't care. We were talking about etiquette. Well, what's the rule on that? Is there really any etiquette? Is there a rule? Because I don't see anybody going by it. It looks like they're doing exactly what they want to do, say what they want to say when they want to say it. And many times your feelings are not even regarded by some of these content creators. You see what I'm saying? So, so you just have to, man, You have to chew the meat and spit out the bones, ladies and gentlemen, you know. But as for me, listen, just because I rock with you and I rock with someone else, listen, I don't feel any ties like that. You know, I go to plenty of channels and I watch them, and I may disagree with 7 points that they made, and I may agree with 5 points. My aim is, the purpose for me being there is to gain different perspectives, is to understand different perspectives. See what I'm saying? Because the way you see it might not be the way I see it, but maybe you can open it up a little better. So yeah, man, you know, great conversation so far.
Yeah, man. Let's keep it going. Shout out to Charles Key Sr. Glad to have you in the building, my brother. And Big Riggs, open up that sunroof, Riggs. We going in today, man. We going in today. All right. So we got the intellectual soapbox, man. Can relate to a lot of stuff we talking about. Brother intellectual soapbox, man. You have something that you would like to add to the conversation at this point?
Salute. Peace to the panel and chat. What's going on, bro? Clarence, thank you for allowing me to be up. Salute to Rico. Salute to OG Patrice. Salute to Mr. Bryant. Salute to everybody in the chat. So, only I got to say is this: if anybody has ever felt, whether on this panel or chat, that I've bullied you or if I've forced you to, you know, be loyal or not be loyal to me or whatever, you know what I mean? If y'all ever made you feel any of those feelings, you know what I'm saying? I definitely publicly apologize for that. You know what I mean? And if you want to address me, I'm here. You know what I mean? Anybody can come up and address me. You know what I'm saying? If Bro C drops the link, you know what I mean? I know when he gonna do that. It's not my channel, so I don't know when he gonna drop the link. But if he drops the link, you know what I'm saying? I'm here. So whoever
put it like this: if they ask to do it, we'll give them the link, brother. So if somebody wants to address you personally, but until then, we just have a conversation, man.
Yes, sir. But yeah, so that's where it's at. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody to ever feel like, you know, I'm targeting anybody, whether it's kids or women or even other men. I'm not targeting nobody. You know what I'm saying? Most of my platforms are dedicated to different groups, you know what I mean, whether it's men or women or whatever. And I've tried to be as supportive as I can of different groups and of different people and different walks of life. You know, I never talk bad about anybody's gender, religion, creed, any of those things. You know what I'm saying? So I just get my perspective and it lands where it lands, you know. And if anybody ever felt like I held them to a sense of loyalty or held them to a sense of trying to be the way I want them to be, then I apologize for that most definitely. So, you know what I mean? At this point, I never want any of you to feel that way or any of you to even think those things in your mind or even feel that type of pressure, so, you know what I mean? I understand how this space is and I'm still learning to understand how the space is. I'm not no YouTube master or whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't think nobody's ever mastered all the YouTube. But at the end of the day, and maybe some have, who knows? But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'm always learning and growing. You know, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting anybody else to be perfect. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And yeah, that's where it stands. And that's where I'm gonna land my plane. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Are you open to answering some questions, brother?
Absolutely.
Okay. Just want to make sure, because I don't want to. I don't want you here and thinking that you know how we get down. We're not gonna get down where we attacking you personally, but it's just questions about maybe some of the things that kind of that you could relate to about what we're talking about. But hold tight, everybody. Let me do some shout outs real quick. Let me shout out Brother Anderson the Great, my Taurus brother, man. You know, I don't mess with those Tauruses. Shout out to Brother Anderson. We are black again. And Brother Chef Shapino, man. If you haven't already subscribed to Chef Shapino, man, you need to get on over there and check out Chef Shapino as well. Man. Okay. Chef Shapino said, peace, love, and light, bro. See the panel. Yeah, we got you, Chef. Good to see you in the building, brother. Okay, so what we were talking about, y'all, is we're talking about content creators. Now, me and you are definitely content creators, Mr. Intellectual Soapbox. We have had, and there's a lot of things we have to work out as content creators. And one of the things we have to work out is understanding that sometimes we will have shared subscribers with people that we may not get along with, right? We may not see eye to eye with. And we might be cordial with the person, but we may not see eye to eye, right? Is there at any okay, let me ask you this. Is there at any time where you felt like, and why would you feel like a subscriber may be out of pocket because they are supporting somebody who you're involved with? Or you know what I'm saying? Like what would make you put you in that place where you would say, well, this person has a, you know, is not really on my team like they say they're on my team because they're involved with this other person that I got an issue with?
I mean, you know, my level of understanding, you know, at this point, just with YouTube, past, present, and even now, is, you know, people have the right and the freedoms to just do what they want. This is a public platform. So I think as a content creator, we have to have the mindset of that. People can watch whatever they want to watch. You know what I mean? I don't like reality TV, but at times I watch reality TV clips of the fights. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It'd be funny. I'll be watching the fights. I'm not gonna watch the full show though. So I ain't gonna watch the full season of Love and Hip Hop. It's not happening. But if I see the clips of the fights, oh, I'm definitely watching. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I'm tuning into that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
For the fights only. I don't care about nothing else. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. So we all watch things that are, and then I'll turn around and go watch some Animal Planet. Then I'll turn around and go watch you know, Dr. Umar or whoever else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So we could watch whatever we watch. You know what I mean? And some of that stuff may contradict, you know, what we say that we like or we don't like or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but we all have different tastes and we all have different things that we into, right? That's just being a
Right.
human being. So
Right.
yeah, you as a content creator, you have to be understanding of that. This is a public platform.
Right.
So nah, like, no nobody can do anything that's gonna make me, you know, question who they are or whatever. You know what I mean? Unless it's like, you know, somebody I directly know. You know what I mean? Who I actually have met in person and you know what I mean? We have a good rapport and things of that nature. You know what I mean? We have a friendship, we have a bond. You know what I mean? Or somebody that I've talked to about personal things and we've established a friendship over time. You know what I mean? But even then,
But
it still has to be that one-on-one connection. If you get what I'm saying, still got to
but
be
let me
somebody I personally know. But if it's somebody I don't personally know, you know what I mean? You know, and even then, if I do personally know them, I would just ask them what was their thought process about the situation. But if they want to watch something, they're a grown person. They could watch and do whatever they want.
okay.
Can I ask a question? And again, I bring this question to the fact, like I said, having just recently experienced something over in my other space, and and a couple of the subscribers, they put forth, it was really a big thing because I guess it was around the questions around loyalty, this, that, whatever, and we did start to realize that channel holders or content creators do move in the space for some particular reason differently than subscribers. It just, you guys may not even, and maybe you even do a little bit, bro, Clarence. I don't know. I'm saying the position of being a content creator makes people consistently think about, like me as a subscriber, I don't think about no fucking content. I don't give one, two fucking shits about content. That's not something I'm pressured with. So at least as good as Brother Clarence is, he does say, damn, what am I going to, you have to think about putting on a show. I don't have to. I just show up and be a part of it. Same thing with Brother Vaughn. So you have a little bit more pressure than the rest of us do because it's the Brother C channel. And I would say that for all content creators, but and I think sometimes it's added pressure, as this other subscriber said, it sometimes makes content creators, whether you're conscious of it or not, willing to do things that you didn't do when you was a subscriber because you're thinking about, you guys all think about channel growth. You guys all think about, likes and views. You could say you don't, who's doing this shit to talk to nobody? I mean, let's just, so because like I said, this is another space from where I'm getting this from, where these things came up. So I would think maybe content creators, all content creators need to spend a little bit self-reflection in saying, okay, like what's my limits to what my expectations are, and I think that sometimes that's how people get lost in the weeds and before you know it, you're you may even be expecting things of your co-host, and it's like, because like Clarence, no, I ain't better not ask Rico too much because he's gonna be like, F you, but that can happen, and you even get dust ups on the show. I've seen that happen where the pressure for content in the content creation space, if you really are not doing this shit for fun, I say get out of it. It can make you a fucking narcissist and an asshole. And in case anybody hasn't noticed, the space is starting to implode on itself any fucking way. All these huge giant platforms, they're cannibalizing each other. Everybody's views down. And I'm laughing at all the shit. I'm sitting back just tickled to death. So you just see it. So it's like, really, it's a sinking, burning ship. So I'm not going to be the captain of that shit shrieking. It's like, and so I'm saying content spaces 10 times the size. We all see the mothership is going down in flames, right or wrong. And a lot of others. Fit and Fraud is about to implode. I'm like, are y'all not seeing this shit? I'm like walking down the street watching house after house on fire. It's one fire truck and it's 50 houses burning. So, from that lens and on that landscape, if I was a content creator, especially in this space of this size, just cultivate the ones that you got and nurse the ones that you got loyally, not because they have to. If I had a precious 10, I would tend to my flock of 10. Make sure that I'm giving them quality content that they want to continue to come back, and either it will grow organically or I'm content with my 10. I wouldn't care about having 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 because you're going to look up and all those motherships going to be right next to your ass, and you may be the big content creator with 10. That's really the way the space is going, because the value and the lack of integrity in the space is what's making the subscribers. We're going to pay with our feet. Bye. That's my thought.
Can I address something real quick, if I may?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I know this is your lead moderator, but I still got to address them.
Okay.
I mean, I'm be respectful. So, Teresa Neal, don't know. I don't. Like I said, I don't know, because this has been going on for a minute. What you just saying, different things about me. So I don't know anything about why you feel what you feel, or why you feel the stance that you feel. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I just want everybody to know that yes, in the situation that occurred, Mr. Bryant, and I'm not out of respect, because I know she doesn't probably want her name put out there. I'm not gonna put the other sister's name out there, but I didn't handle that situation properly. Me and Bro Clarence talked about it. Me and Mr. Bryant talked about it. Me and OG talked about it. Me and Bolo talked about it. You know what I'm saying? And they all held me accountable. And from there, I made sure that I'm doing my best to handle situations like that a lot better. So in that, I was wrong. I was wrong in how I handled the situation, with them, including, Mr. Arshawn, aka Critically Drinking. You know what I mean? And I've said that I was wrong in handling that. But in no way do I believe that I'm perfect. And Mr. Brian, you can hold me accountable right now. When we did the story about my life, I talked about, my organ deficiency. You know what I'm saying? I talked about my rough childhood. I talked about how I was without growing up without a father, and I had to learn certain things. So I've never sat here and said that I'm perfect. So whoever got that in their mind, you were completely off. And you just must not watch my content or the content that I had. So yeah, because it's no longer available right at the moment. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a question real quick, basically concerning the last little part of what you said. Yeah, now it's obvious that you took your channel down, and due to circumstances, a lot been going on, a lot of challenges. You know what I'm saying? And I understand. some of these challenges, they're just difficult. Sometimes they're just hard to deal with. So how do you feel about taking your channel down, and what was the reason for you doing so?
To me, I don't feel like this is no longer the space for me, as far as just how YouTube is, and as Brosi said in the title, content creation isn't for everybody. So it's just not for me at this point. And I just want to step away. I don't want to be a part of it anymore. And I'd rather do something else with my time. One, focusing on my health, because that is the major thing, and focusing on my career and everything else and my family. You know what I mean? So, I never even, I always say this too, and people could quote me on this. I never wanted to be in YouTube in the first place. I only did it because M3 asked me to do it, and I wanted to do the network management thing. But I never wanted to be in the space in the first place. I did it for him. I met a lot of great people. I let the late great QB. She inspired me to keep going, but I never wanted to be in this in the first place. And I'll tell anybody that, online or offline, never wanted to be in the first place. But, I decided to do it. It was what it was. I've taken my losses, personally, with QB not being here, and just, everything else that has happened. I've taken my L's, and I've taken my lumps, and I've had my victories too. But all in all, to me, the cost of it is not worth it for me. You know what I mean? I'd rather create content that can inspire people, get people to think, get people to laugh, get people to have fun. You know what I mean? And like I said, at times, yes, I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. But I'll never sit up here and tell you to do marriage the way I'm doing it, do relationships the way I'm doing it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Make money the way I want to make money. Subscribe to my Patreon. I'm not knocking nobody that has a Patreon. But I'm talking about like the bigger content creators who have a Patreon, and they kind of use that, as a way, you know what I mean, to basically set themselves up as like a guru or whatever. You know what I mean? I've never wanted to be one of those people that has set himself up that way. I just wanted to try to build like my own tribe, as Bolo likes to say, and we mess with our own vibes and all that. But rather than that, like, that's all I want to do it for. So when it becomes more and it becomes this mudslinging thing and it's back and forth and YouTube beef and all that, that's not something I want to be a part of. And it's something I never want to be in it. You know what I'm saying? When things was going on with other content creators, I did my best to stay out of certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And I try to bring peace to a lot of situations. And a lot of you know of situations that I've tried to bring peace to. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's just not a space for me. It's just not. You know what I mean? So
well, listen, brother, I just want to say this, and I appreciate you coming up and being honest and everything like that, based on conversations that we have had in the back, concerning these recent instances that have gone on. I accept your apology. Definitely, I do, because when you come sincerely to me about the issue, you see what I'm saying? I'm open enough. I have an open mind to forgive. I don't hold grudges or anything like that. I'm a firm believer that, like the scripture says, if a man be overtaken in a fault now, those of us who are spiritual, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness. You see what I'm saying? Because just because you're on the chopping block this week, brother 84, it don't mean that may not be on the chopping block next week. You see what I'm saying? We're all going to have our turn eventually, But the lesson in it all is that we come to an understanding and really, take a good look in that mirror. You see what I'm saying? And search ourselves and try to figure out, what is it that I can do, to be better, to move better. You know what I'm saying? So for that, brother, I appreciate you coming up for that. Like I said, who am I, not to receive my brother if he repents. The scripture says if the same brother does the same thing 10 times, but he repents, then you are to forgive him. And so no hard feelings here, man, at all. Definitely none. I just think it's unfortunate that the circumstances went the way that they went, but let it be a learning lesson, and to all of us, because we can always speak with this judgmental tongue, and see what I'm saying, and not even recognize that we're attacking people, unaware. Sometimes we just take it a little bit too far. You see what I'm saying? So if you govern your speech, that's the thing. And every time that I get up here on a panel, I always try to ask God to give me the words to say. I just don't want to speak all willy-nilly. You see, I want to use choice words. And so a lot of times we make mistakes because we misspoke, or we let something out that maybe it wasn't the time for that. But hey man, I'm here for you, my brother. I have no hard feelings whatsoever. But we definitely have to be careful when we're speaking subliminally, and we do this a lot in this space, because if you're saying it subliminally, hey, that means you're attacking everybody in the chat, everybody that's listening, everybody on the platform. We have absolutely no idea who you're speaking about.
And that's what I want to get into next.
So with that being said, and listen, who am I? Am I the person to make everybody talk right and walk right? No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But I think that if we choose to move differently and have a regard for other people when we get up here and open our mouths, I think situations would come out a little bit different.
All right. Let me do a shout out to Brother Sim. Glad to have you in the building, my brother. Appreciate you. Hey, y'all, let's not attack nobody up here, man, because nobody came up here to be attacked. Nobody came up here to have their name dragged. Everybody came up here, just trying to have a conversation. So please, y'all, I know maybe y'all might have a feeling about the brother, but let's not attack the brother, man. He got the balls to come up here, even after everything that went down in the last couple of days. So, if you got a question for him, let's ask him. Even if you disagree with him or you got an issue, let's ask him and show him a little respect, not a lot of respect. Let's show some respect for each other, man, and ask the brother the question, right? Okay, but before we go on, I want to give Bolo and Risa a chance to shed some light on what their impressions on what's going on. Brother Bolo.
Yeah, let her go first. She can go. Ladies first.
Okay. Risa.
Good afternoon. I just basically wanted to see what the young man's deal is with me, because I noticed he said to your lead moderator, Risa Neal. So I'm here now. So go ahead, sir. I'm not a disrespectful type unless you take it there. So just go ahead and let me know what the problem is.
Oh, no, ma'am. I don't have any issues at all. If you felt like any of my behavior was disrespectful or demeaning to anybody on YouTube, whether it's yourself, whether it's Bro Clarence or Sean, Mr. Bryant, or anyone else, I do apologize to that. I really do appreciate when you did support my channels and you did come up. In fact, when somebody did disrespect you, I made sure they were put out immediately. So I have nothing against you or anyone else. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I stand. That's where it is. And if I ever made you feel any type of way, whether it felt disrespected or you felt slighted or you felt like I wasn't being respectful to you or anyone else, I do apologize. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I have made my mistakes, and I take accountability for the mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So, and I stand on that. So, yeah, sister, that's where it's at. I respect you, and I have nothing but love for you. So, yeah.
Okay, I see you and a certain person is stuck on this. When I was disrespected, you did something like block. Okay, you did not block the person, number one. And number two, since you all feel like that's a gift when someone does that, I will say thank you right here and now publicly. Thank you for doing that.
But I would think if someone is on a channel that's assigned to your name and they're trolling someone in your chat, as a channel owner, you would do something about that. But I see that you all say you don't have to govern anybody in your chats and all this. So see, you took that little incident and you want to run with it. But let me tell you something. Risa is never a victim. Number one, I will hold my own. Like I tried to explain, I will troll with the best of them. Okay, especially when I don't have a wrench. And sir, I did not have a wrench on your channel. So what would have happened was I would have gotten with her and like I erased some of the stuff I put in your chat. It would have got worse than that, sir. So if you don't care about that, you could have let that ride and I would have just did what I do. Now, when it comes to critically drinking and better black life, I hold wrenches in these channels. I hold wrenches in a lot of channels. The ones that I hold wrenches for, I take seriously. It's no trolling in the chats, it's no spamming in the chats when I'm in here. Unless I got an off day. If I have an off day, I'm sleepy, yeah, you can get away with it. But no, sir. So, like I said, thank you for blocking or whatever you said you did, which we could go back to that stream if it's still available. It went on through the whole stream for about 10 minutes. She was still in there. I was still in there. But that's neither here nor there, sir. I do accept your apology, but never will I let anyone gaslight a situation and make it think that I'm just doing something out of spitefulness, which I am not like that. But that seems to be the picture that a lot of people want to paint. I don't even take links. I don't even come on anybody's panel. But I said, let me come up here and let this young man tell me what he feels like. Because see, I woke up today. I'm forward today. So, anything else you want to address, you go right on ahead. Thank you. I'm here. Mike is muted. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I just want to say that I apologize if you feel like I am trying to gaslight or use that situation in order to make it seem any way about you, because that's not anything that I'm trying to do, or or anything like that. So please don't feel that way. And I would definitely whatever you want to do moving forward is fine. If you ever want to support knowledge of relationships or anything I'm affiliated with, you can. If you don't, then that's fine as well. But yeah, moving forward, like I said, I don't, I know that you can handle your own, and you probably more grown than me. So I don't know your age, sister, but I know you probably more grown than me, and you can handle your own. And you your own person, your own woman, and you know what I mean. So definitely, I respect you, and I don't have any ill will or anything towards you. And like I said, if you feel like I tried to gaslight or I'm trying to put myself on a pedestal, like I protect you or whatever, that's not the case at all. And if you feel that way, I do apologize.
All right, all right, Risa, I'm gonna keep Risa, but I'm gonna pull you down, Risa, okay?
Wait, hold on, bro. See, does she have something to say? I wanted to see if she has something to say.
She has something to say.
I appreciate your time, sir. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna keep you in the back, Risa. But in case your name comes up, I'll put you right back up. All right, I'm gonna pull Risa down for a minute. Bro, I can see the steam coming out of her ears, man. So he pulled her down, but yeah, it's good, man, to address some of these issues, man, and some of the people that because they might not understand your reasoning for why you did something, and maybe you can clear that up. So I'm glad you're here, man, to actually do that. But before we get into another thing, because Rico got a question for you too, I want to let Bolo give him some opening remarks, and then bring Mandrell up here as well, because we got him waiting in the back as well. So Bolo, if you want to address something real quick before Rico gets started.
Oh, okay, thank you for having me up, man. I like your haircut. I don't know if anyone complimented you on the haircut.
Thank you.
You're talking to me. You weren't talking to you.
You're talking to me.
Hold on, you need glasses.
Yeah, I look good.
Look at you, brother. You got the haircut going on. You know what I'm saying? You making us OGs look good. Thank you, brother.
There you go.
Audio in the chat. There's just a few things I wanted to say, man. And Mandrell is up. One, to be a content creator or just to come into any panel, you gotta have tough skin to do this, man, because again, everyone is not going to resonate with the message you might have, and people are going to have difference, in opinion. We have to understand that the respect and the honor that comes with, having a channel where the men and women hold themselves accountable, it starts from the content creator, right? Because if you're out of order, the head is sick, the body is sick. So we have to look in the mirror. So, you're always going to have trolls or whatever you're going to have. It's your job to shut that down and let them know that this is a place where you could be safe. It's our job to let them know, unless this is a channel you're creating where you can create nonsense. The second thing I want to address is that we can't be, emotional when it comes to what we do, because when we get too overly emotional, and the Lord tells you be angry and sin not, doesn't mean that you can't be angry. It means that you sin not. And what does that mean? That means that in that moment of you being angry, we typically don't think straight, right? When it's hot, you just touch that hot pot. The first thing you want to do is curse. And then after the heat subsides and the pain subsides, you say, Lord, forgive me for cursing. So it's that clarity that you get after. Still hurt, still feeling that pain, but it's the thought process that the Lord wants us to focus on, right? Before we go in there blazing with fire, context and perspective. We must be strong and bold when we teach. We have to be strong and bold, and when we teach, and at the same time be humble enough to learn. We have to be these two things simultaneously, and it's not easy. So this thing that we do, you got to be prepared. You got to prepare your spirit for it, because this is something that you will get attacked constantly. And the last thing, I'll say is this is definitely a moment of reflection, man, for everybody. Like I say, on my desk, I got a mirror. So everything that I say to people, I'm looking at myself at the same time. And it's not, figurative. This is literal, that you messed up, you slipped. It happens. It happens. You came up, you apologized, and now you're gonna, go into the corner and revamp, get yourself and grow. That's what this is about. Surround yourself with people that you love. Surround yourself with people that's gonna hold you accountable. People that are gonna be truthful. People are not gonna, gaslight you to hurt you. And that's the whole point. Checking people's character, making sure that they are who they say they are. That's all I got, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. It's all good, man. It's a good thing, man. Black men can get together and, we can have a conversation, may not agree on every point, but we can get together and have a conversation. Okay, Brother Rico want to ask a question, and then we're going to give Mandrell his opening remarks, and then we're going to go around the room. Shout out to Shaw 144. Glad to have you in the building.
Hey, how you doing again, Mr. Best? And and I wanted to ask you something in particular, because it's something that came across my mind. And I want to be honest with you. It's something that you did. It wasn't nothing that you did directly to us, but just like something you communicated to us that made me kind of pause. But it's not something that I've just seen you do. I've seen a lot of other content creators do it, but I was surprised when I saw you do it. Some of the same thing I say where I see where content creators fall into this certain space. And I made a note of it because I'm not even sure who it was, because it seemed like me and Brother Clarence, we were always out here, looking to battle against the things that we deemed that was not right or righteous in any way. And the thing would be and I know, you wanted to keep yourself clear of things, but there were times where you would come to us directly. So definitely I respect there was no backdoor stuff. And you would say things to us like, we shouldn't go after these particular content creators. Not that you were doing it, but like the warning to us always kind of landed to me kind of like in a weird way or space, if I could be honest about it. So it was never a big deal to me, because ultimately me and Clarence gonna do what the hell we want to do anyway.
That's
But
right.
I didn't expect you to warn us, because we obviously we've had each other's counsel, and I kind of gathered you were doing it from a space of people, because I think one time you told me people you want to work with, and I'm like, okay, that's great that you want to work with them, But if I think their ass is foul, they're going to get this work. And so that was the one thing. And I know other content creators do the same thing. So it makes me want to speak to that as content creators, if everything is business, then you can lose morality in that space of always wanting everything to be about business. So I only say that because that's one thing that I thought of, and I want you, if you continue in this space, to think about that there's going to be somebody that me and Bro Clarence going to go after tomorrow. And if you working with them, I'm not going to tell you not to work with them. But however, if we find an offense that they did that we think is so egregious that we need to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. And I'm not going to be concerned who's trying to do work with them, because me and Bro C will be addressing a behavior that we find unacceptable to us. It does. I get a lot of people in the business space will be like, hey, it's about business. I can't. Well, you know what? You can't do anything about it, but we can and we shall, because as older men, we can't sit by and just see these things go and don't say anything. That's a problem I have with a lot of the content creators in this space anyway. What they're focused on, they're not focused on us as subs. I don't think, I can see y'all don't give a damn about us. Because if y'all were, y'all would be talking more about stuff like Bolo's talking about and more relevant and substantive topics. But the topics y'all talk about, it's clear to me, y'all don't give two hoots about the damn sub. So don't tell me to care about y'all, because what you're giving us, the same old, and I told you, the same old repetitive drivel over and over and over. So in that space, that's what bothers me. It comes down to, again, we all see these large content creators out here just running amok through the streets, just destroying people. And I hear crickets, nothing. Because you know what it is? These content creators, I want to collab with them. I want to get up on there and shit like that. And that was a thing where I told Bro, see, the day I see you turn that way, your black ass be up here by yourself. Because that is something that I want you to know, that I figure this. If my old geriatric ass can see it, there are a lot of other subs that can see it too. And just because they don't say anything, don't think they're not thinking this. So I say my hat goes off to the smaller content creators, which is why I'm here. Let's talk a better Black life. And somebody, because you know what? They don't care as much about the collaborating and the growth, and they care more about the value, even if the conversations are a bit nerdy and a bit wordy. And I'm like, but I'd rather hear that than all of the nonstop bullshit. The fun is fun sometimes, but not every day. And if you're selling out my viewing hours because you want to grow and get bigger, I don't give a damn. I don't care. And I'm not going to be here helping Bro C, you, or anybody else do things of low or no integrity for business. So with that, I'll be done. But I mean, I just really, I only brought it up, and I wanted to bring it up while you were here, sir, because I know you said that to us before, and I was like, well, and that's how it landed then, and it just came back to my mind. So I didn't hold on to it forever, because it just came back up because now we're talking about it now. But I've sat there and thought about a lot of content creators who think this way, and it just surprised me. I'll be honest with you. I didn't expect you to, to be in that train of thought, and it's business. I get it, but it just landed. It just left a bad taste in my mouth, because I said, oh, okay, so it's all about the business, and that's it.
Well, Mr. Rico, if you ever felt that way, I do apologize for that.
No apology. I don't want you to apologize.
Shout out to Tony.
I take my hat off to you for being man enough to come up here and apologize. It didn't offend me.
Okay.
It just made me think. I didn't think you was just about the business. So you don't owe me an apology.
No. And I'm not just about the business. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you don't see me doing the whole manosphere stuff. And I could have. I know people connected to that circle, and I'm only going to bring this name up because And bro, you know I love you, so I'm only bringing your name up because I love you. But I know Chicago Real personally. We've to have a lot of conversations. If I want to jump into that circle, I really could. If I really wanted to, but I never did. So it ain't about that. And if you watch my content, I ain't never been on that type of tip. I ain't never put down black women or bonnets or lashes. I ain't never did none of that. If that was the case, do you think OG Patrice would ever shown out your relationship? She wouldn't. And I know that for a fact. And OG, I'm just using your name as an example. That's it. But she wouldn't rock with me at all. So no, it ain't about the business, none of that. It's just the fact that if I have good relationships with somebody, I try to keep those relationships good with them, and they may be affiliated with people that maybe certain people don't like. You know what I mean? Like I know Chicago Real is affiliated with some people that people don't like, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I'm
You know
not
what I'm
saying
saying?
I don't want to say you traffic in that. I'm saying like in particular, when me and Bro C would go after a particular content creator that you were working with or wanted to do work with, it's like you wanted to like come to us and
Like
say, don't do
like
it.
like who
I
like who,
said,
Mr. Rico? Like who?
shit, I know you didn't like it when I went after Jen. And I'm like, I get that you want to work with her, but I don't give a shit about her. Never have, never will. So what I'm saying is that's fine that you're going to do that, but that has to be separate from if she did, and that's anybody. I'm just using her because I know that was one person in particular. And I was like, okay, if you can't work with me, but if I'm gonna get her ass, I'm gonna get her ass. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's not that it's the fact that you can't caution me from going after somebody, and we would go after the mothership regularly. We
Yeah,
would go after the mothership regularly. I'm like,
of
don't
course,
try to
yeah.
tell us not to go after the mothership because we're gonna go after their ass every time they do something that they need to be taken to task for. And more people should be calling them out. It's a
Right.
shame that it's only me and Bro C calling them out. And everybody else is being quiet. So the least you can do if you're not going to go after them for doing things that we all say behind closed doors is wrong, don't tell me and Bro C not to take them to task. Because we will.
Well,
That's what
yeah. I definitely understand that, and um, you know what I'm saying. So as far as the whole you and Jen situation, I tried to get that, and I don't know if you remember that this day, but I tried to get it resolved between you, her, and other people as well. And she didn't want to talk. You was open to getting certain things resolved or whatever, and it was what it was. So after that, I just moved on from there. But I never told you to basically like not go at her or not attack her. I was trying to bring it in this resolution, and then you told me over the phone. You said, "Mr. Best," you said, "I got to do this." You said, "I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna do what I got to do." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk away from your platform. I'm gonna do what I got to do. As much respect and much love to you and them three. It's nothing against y'all. I
right.
got nothing against y'all all, Sean, but I gotta do what I gotta do. And I respected that. So I said, you know what? Okay, cool. And I've never said nothing to you about that ever since.
Right. I'm just talking about just that conversation. You're right. We never had it again. And you're right. But it just the thought of it was I was like, no, she getting this damn work. And I just thought like
Yeah.
shit, I shouldn't be the only one, but if I am, so be it.
Yeah. And then once you express what you wanted to do, it was what it was. Like I never looked at you any different. I never disrespected you. I never said, oh Rico, you supposed to be an advisor. What are you doing? Like it was never none of that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you older than me. How can you like almost my father's age? I'm gonna tell you what to do. Like I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? I just was try-
Father to me.
I was just trying to bring resolution to the situation because we did have an interview and things coming up with her, and I was trying to, at that time we was about to interview her, so I was trying to, make sure that everything was smoothed over. You feel what I'm saying? But once you decided to walk away and you want to do what you want to do and you decided to walk with Bro C, I've never given you any shade,
No,
any type of nothing. I've always showed you love and respect, Mr. Rico, off top.
I
And I know you
appreciate
hate when I call you Mr. Rico,
that.
but I do it anyway. So, because I respect my elders. You feel me?
Right. Yes, sir. But that's all. That's all. I just was trying to put that out as something that we could all think of as an example and say moving forward. Well, if somebody got an issue to do, you got to let them deal with it. And you know how like people say you can't tell someone how to express an offense or how to respond.
Right.
Let them get it out, especially if, again, like I said, me and Bro C, we would go after the mothership a lot. Because, and it's like we picking on them. Hell, they was doing something every week. It was like, good God. And I'll be honest with you, it's so many other content creators that should have been going. We were the only ones to go after when Kevin Samuels went after that young kid Sway and just eviscerated, emasculated that young boy. I still hurt for that shit. And nobody said anything. No, that boy was almost moved to tears. So we talk about protecting black men. And I'm like, and then he do this, and then the only person that says anything about is me and Bro C. So I'm like, so it would even times where I, as a subscriber, would be offended where I'm like, this is something relevant to discuss. Nobody wants to discuss it. We go right back to black women ain't this, black women ain't that. I was like, okay, all right. So that
I just as far as the whole mothership thing, because I did at some point had good relationships with people over there who are not there no more, right? A lot of them left. You know what I mean? I just tried to, make sure that, I privately try to talk to certain people about certain things and ask them, yo, why is this going on? Like, why y'all letting this happen? Why is this going on? Blah, 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 blah. But people gonna do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't control what they talk about in the panel. Plus, y'all also gotta remember, I'm an avatar. You know what I'm saying? So ain't much I could say to that panel because they only rock with people who show their face. You know what I mean? They're not gonna respect me. And also I don't have the pull to say anything to them like that. You know what I mean? If I say something to them, it ain't gonna go nowhere. You know what I mean? It's not gonna make a bit of a difference. They're still gonna do whatever they're gonna do, and they're still gonna have the same rhetoric, and they're not even gonna respond or even debate me. You know what I mean, one on one, which I would have loved. I would have loved they would debate me on a whole black culture's trash thing or black woman's trash thing. I would love that debate.
But one thing it would do, Mr. 84, is it would show us who you are. And so again, like me and Clarence, they ain't gonna never listen to us. They ain't gonna respect us. That's fine. But it's about me and Clarence standing in our truth and in our values. So that I would always say that if you see something wrong, you may not be my age, but you're still a grown man and you old enough to know that, hey, that's any of us, me, you, Mandrell, Clarence, Bolo, we see something wrong as men, we have to speak up. We have to speak up and show that leadership, because if we don't deserve the microphone.
Rico, you're right. Hold on, Bolo, one second. I just want to respond to what he's saying. Okay. You're right, Mr. Rico. And what I try to do is create content that's contrary to what they're creating. You know what I'm saying? That was me. That was my way of speaking out, creating, showing that our culture means something. That's why I created Black is Gold. And I did it for every day in the month of February. You know what I mean? Now, look, so like I had to do like 2 days at one point because I started, trying to get back to work and stuff. So I had to it was hard for me doing that Black is Gold. I ain't gonna lie. So, but yeah, I try to change the rhetoric by having, content that was different from theirs. That was my way of speaking out and showing that, what I'm doing is different than what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? At least I tried to show that. Now, did I do it perfectly? No, but I did at least try to show that. So yes.
Can I throw this in? When we're saying the mothership, who's the mothership?
Lapeef. Clarence called him that.
So let me say this. To what 84 said. I don't show my face and I go on that channel all the time. It's not about, it goes to what Rico was saying. It goes to the integrity and the respect that these people have. That's what it goes into. Because there's a lot of platforms that I go into when they say, nah, if you don't show your face, you can't get on, but they let me on. It's about, standing on your square. That's what they're looking at. Even, there's some people that I don't agree with in some of the things that they say, but the one thing I can say about them is they're consistent. You dig what I'm saying? So when I converse with them, I already know where you're coming from, so we can have this conversation. You ain't gonna flip the script. So there's plenty of channels. I used to go on a Lapeef show every Thursday. In fact, a lot of people knew me from there. Why? Because it was consistent. And when they said something that was off, I would tell them. I'd come up, say what I have to say, and I would bounce. It's how you hold yourself, right? Like with me, the reason, and I tell everybody, the reason for the avatar for myself is, I want you to pay attention to the message and not the messenger. That has always been my content. That has always been what I've always consistently said. Because then when you see the face of the man or the woman, it's no longer about what they're saying. It's about they're overweight. It's about that they're old. It's about that they're too young. Let's deal with the message. You dig what I'm saying? And the one thing that we as true content creators, because there's different. When I say true, I'm talking about people that are out here trying to do something better. I'm trying to leave the world a better place than how I found it. I don't care how many people I get. That's not my motive. That's not my drive. If I get 5,000 people, great. If I don't, hey, it is what it is. I know that the Father's words don't go out void. So that's never been my goal. My goal, my driving point is not to get 15,000 subscribers. If it happens, it happens. You have to have enough faith in your message to know that there are people out there that want to hear it and that you stand on your message. This goes for everybody, not just 84. Stand on your square, stand on your message. If only one person comes to, guess what? I'm going to sing my heart out on stage to that one person, because that one person took the time out to come and hear me. Because it's a privilege to have these men and women come to hear Bolo speak.
Definitely.
It's a privilege for myself. It's a privilege when, I hear, Bro C talking and hear him speak and all this stuff, and hear Rico speak and OG and Mandrell and all these things, and VB. And it's a privilege for me to hear men and women that stand up for something. Even you, when I hear you speak, it's a privilege for me. Now, are there times when we can go left? Hell yeah. I've been known to go left a few times. I've had to apologize once or twice.
That's the problem. You shouldn't have apologized.
See, there we go. See, now we starting. Now we getting the light skin, people involved. You starting, brother.
Bolo, can I speak to your point real quick before Mandrell goes? Oh, God, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna finish it, then you can rock it. I'm only playing, Mandrell. What I'm saying is, again, there are gonna be times, to what you said, we slip. That's the purpose of the brotherhood. That's the purpose of the sisterhood, because none of us are perfect. If I was perfect, I wouldn't need nobody. The point of us slipping is that we need each other, because understand, I can only speak for my anecdotal experience in Bolo's life. There's going to be something that 84 has to add to me. There's going to be something that VB, everybody has something to add. That's why it says it takes a village to raise a child, because the father only has their experience. The uncle has experience, the aunt has experience, and now we form this perfectly a suited child for the experiences of life. When we continue to rock and think that we have all the answers, that's where the problem starts. And that's the thing. Surrounding yourself with people that are going to contribute in something that's going to be strong and right.
Can I say something real quick? I'm gonna say something real quick, y'all. Shout to Shock G. Glad to have you in the building, brother. I think I shouted out Tony. And of course, Mr. He said, already got you. All right, so what this brother just said, man, that's it. I'm around people that will hold me accountable, right? And then I'm gonna let Mandrell go. But I'm around people that's accountable, man. You kidding? Get on the phone call with Rico, man. Rico will cuss you out, up, down, left, and right? And then you know what he's gonna say after that? All right, man, call me later, man, because I want to go get something to eat, right? Right? But I got people that are gonna hold me accountable. Bolo, Vaughn, hey, no plans on this, right? We got Patrice. I got a lot of people that and so. Maybe people would say, Bolo, maybe people would say, hey, they hating on you. But in reality, you got to think about what they're doing and what they're saying to you. And if it's true, that's what we got to consider. Is what this person's saying true? Now, you could say, oh, this person's hating on me because they said this and this and that. But see, if we see wrong, we're supposed to call it out, man. That's what we're here for. We're supposed to call it out, right? If y'all see me walking down the street with some toilet paper stuck to my shoe and I think I'm fly, y'all got to tell me you ain't fly. You got paper on your shoe, all right? I mean, because I'm going to be out there making a fool out of myself, right? But that's what we're supposed to do. That's what brother's saying. We got to look out for each other. This whole thing right here, man, we just looking out for each other. It ain't about, oh, well, we are coming up here to beat up on Mr. Best. It's not that. It's we looking out for each other. You got a crew here of people that's like, hey man, you know, if you need an extra group of, you know, people to help you see, you know, any blind spots you got out there, that's us, right? But anyway, man, that's I thought that what Bolo said was the crux of the whole thing we talking about is we really supposed to be looking out for each other, not really you know, pressing each other. But that's
Bro,
gonna happen every now and then.
Bro, see, may I just respond to Bolo real quick? It's just 2
I'm gonna
seconds.
let you address that, and then the next person that's gonna talk is Mandrell, because he's been waiting a long time.
Okay. So Bolo, you know, I definitely, you know, like I said, try to talk to people behind the scenes, you know, about the different stuff I've seen on the piece or whatever, or things that I felt. And even when I've tried to come up there, they wouldn't let me up there because I wasn't cammed up because they don't know me. They know you. They don't know me. So when I would come up there, they would say, hey, cam up, because they don't know me. So you have a relationship with them where you can come up there and not be cammed up. But I couldn't do that.
You know, I was a stranger at once, right? When they asked me the first time I came up on Lapeef, I said, they asked me to cam up. I said, I'm not a troll. This is the reason why. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. And he said, okay, man, the first time you troll out, I'm going to shut you down. No doubt. And that's how
but they didn't give me that grace, brother. I wasn't given that grace.
In the back, what I'm saying is in the background, they probably didn't give it that grace because of what happened to their channel. Like their channel got shut down for something, you know, what, you know, it is what it is. I mean, even with Nathan Daly said, yo, Bolo, I want to interview you, but you got to cam up. I said, well, then we ain't interviewing. That was my response to him. He said, you know, I'd like to do an interview with you. I said, no doubt, let's make it happen. But you know, there's one thing. What's that? Got to cam up. All right, my G. It was a good thought for the minute. Nah, bro. I'm gonna stand on it. And if it's meant for us to have that conversation, then we'll have it. But I'm not gonna do it because my G, not at all. This is what I stand on. I stand on, especially on my platform, right? My platform is about, you know, what I've seen with men and women. When there's just so much people that are real when they show themselves. You're not going to find that many people that once they take that veil from themselves, they're going to authentically be them and cry and hurt and tell the truth. When they got that avatar up, they can usually tell the truth. When they take it down, now I got to front and I got to act for people. Now we're actors now. You know what I'm saying, son? Come on. You got to say all that stuff. You the hardest dude. Every time you take a step, you crush the sidewalks. I don't want you to do that. I want you to be able to bond. I want you to be able to build. So put up that avatar so you don't have to go outside and then they say, oh, 84, you was crying yesterday on Bolo TV. You don't even have to do that, brother. Put up the cam. If you want to cam up, it's all good. You can. But this doesn't work if we don't connect. This doesn't work if you are authentically not yourself. And that's where I go. I go where I go. If they ask me to cam up, okay, peace, I'm out. Blessings. And I move on. That's what it is. I'm not going to not go where I'm not wanted. That's the purpose of me going. I'm supposed to go into them dark areas. That's the purpose of truth. The truth is supposed to shine regardless of whether they like it or not. And they're going to hate you for it. You're going to be called a simp. You know how many times I've been called a simp? You know how many times I've been called weak? And then these dudes have issues with their wives, and then they call me to talk about it. You get what I'm saying? So the point that I'm trying to make to you is it's all good. You don't define me. Christ does. You don't define me. So at the end of the day, I'm not giving you no power to say I'm weak. Cool, I'm weak. I'm what you say I am. It is what it is. All right. You keep it pushing.
All right, y'all. We gotta let Mandrell talk, man. I mean, god dang, he been sitting here so long.
Why?
Right?
Why we gotta let light skin in?
We got to, man. What you talking about? You light skin yourself, man. What you talking about, man? We're gonna let the other light skin man in.
I'm caramel.
Oh, all right. I thought you was light skinned. All right, Mandrell. Yeah, brother.
Yes, sir, brother Clarence. Thank you for having me. First of all, everybody wants to deny light skin until it's convenient. Okay. When it's advantageous for them, then they want to. No, I'm not dark. I ain't even that dark. See, look, see.
Prince gave y'all a good decade, man. Prince
Yeah,
gave
he
y'all a
did.
good
He
decade.
did.
Yeah,
He did. First of all, shut up, Bolo. And second, Mr. Rico. Why you call him Mr. Rico? You don't deserve that much respect. Anyway, Mr. Rico.
Mr. Rico.
Right.
Mr. Rico. Sir.
First time yeah.
That's what they call him in the Dominican Republic. Mr. Rico, sir.
Right.
Shall I cut your grass today?
No,
yeah,
yesterday.
How does he curse him out? How does he curse those people out?
Same way.
Yesterday,
oh, okay, got it.
They understand body language.
Yeah, when it comes to this whole beef thing, I've never quite understood it. And there's some beefs where people have had beef where it's legitimate. One person says something about the other, and it kind of goes from there. But I never understood the start. Like, why would the other person say something bad about the other person in the first place? I just don't get that. But when it comes to this in particular, like, I'll be the first to admit I don't understand what's really going on. That's kind of why I'm here, just to listen in, have the conversation, and try to understand what went left, what went right, and offer some suggestions. What I've noticed that people don't pay attention to context, and I'm not saying that this is you, intellectual soapbox. What I'm saying is there's some things I want you to practice being cognizant of. Is pay attention to what's actually being said. For example, if someone has a different opinion about something you said or done, keep your disagreements there, because that's not a personal attack against you. I've seen YouTubers get on here and go at it. Then they start talking about people's family members and all kind of crazy stuff, what they're going to do to each other. And then you listen to what the argument was about in the beginning. I'm like, okay, what was the problem? You said A, and they said they disagreed. And now you're coming after them. So just be cognizant. Make sure it's not that kind of situation going on. And if it's a personal attack, I get it. Have at it, because that's uncalled for. But the whole thing with beef in a discussion, I just don't get that. Like, where does it even come from?
What do you mean? Where does it come from?
Yeah, like again, beef.
It's vanity, brother. It's vanity.
But no, it can't be just that, because that's too elementary, brother.
Exactly what it is. It's vanity, brother. It's vanity. It's they're so vain they don't want to take that L, or they don't even want to have the person. They don't even want to be challenged. So their vanity don't even want them to be challenged. It's like what was that movie Snow White, right? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the greatest one of all, right? Just the thought of somebody else having better looks, she like, I'm gonna go kill her. You know what I'm saying? It's the vanity of it all. When you break it down, a lot of times, I was talking about this earlier, a lot of times we'll be in agreement.
Yeah.
If you tell people that are arguing, they're in agreement on the baseline issue. They're in agreement,
and they're arguing about how they explained it.
Exactly.
Like, the argument is the only difference in the argument is how they explained it, and it's the craziest thing to watch. I'm like, you do know the two of you are saying the same thing, right?
Exactly, right. We've both seen it. We've all seen that, right? We've all seen that. So you like at the end of the day, but you guys are saying the same thing. You just attacking it from this way, this person attacking it from that way. But that, in my opinion, I'm gonna let you finish, brother. But in my opinion, it's the vanity of the situation. That's why people are so vain that they just don't want to even appear that they might be wrong. It's not even that they were wrong. You don't even have to bring no receipt. Just the fact that you challenging them, that's disrespectful. And they're gonna come at you with everything they got, because they feel like, hey man, you being disrespectful, just challenging me, right? And we learn this now. Some of y'all may not agree with me, but I'm gonna tell you my opinion. We learned this from slavery, right? Because the white man told us, hey, you don't even challenge me. But this is wrong, sir. This is wrong. You have people that are living people that you own like property. This is wrong. Don't challenge me. Don't challenge me. So we had to learn how to see wrong and not challenge the person that's committing those wrongs. We had to learn how to do that, right? It took us a couple hundred years to get it down pat, but we got it down pat. Now we pushing it in our own communities, in my opinion. But I'm gonna let you finish, brother.
Not a problem. And I brought this up because I think about it, like, Brother Clarence, this is one reason why I still rock with your channel is because I've seen your integrity. You and Rico. You've been on the platform that I'm on, and I've seen you get after it. I've seen you being some disagreements that turn into arguments. And you know what I'm saying? And you've gone on there, you butt heads with some people who are on who frequent our network. And at the same time, on both ends, you and like Black Man Unfiltered and anyone else over there, you're still invited. Yeah, you're still invited any given day. Like, you chalk it up to what it actually is. Okay, here's a topic. We disagree. That's where it stays. It stays right there. We just, hey, we good people. We care about each other. I mean, we just disagree on this one. And sometimes, you get into the conversation and the passion comes out. And that's all it is. And I don't understand why people can't just leave it there. Like, at a disagreement. It's a different perspective, different point of view. Like, where does the beef come from? I mean...
It's the vanity, brother, and I'm just the last time I interrupt you because Patrice wants to go next.
Not a problem.
It's the vanity, and also some of these people, they appear like they have, I don't want to say regular, but they have problem-free home lives, right? Their offline life is problem-free. They appear that way, but in reality, YouTube is an escape from the issues that they got going on in their life. So when they behave the same way they do in their real life online, the issues just follow them over here. So when they get they have an issue or a disagreement here, they treat it the same way they treat it in their real life, and so they get offended. They have these they get offended and they don't know how to handle the situation right, because now the place they came to escape from their real life where things are not right there, the same thing is happening here, but they're handling things the same way, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm sorry, Madrius. Last time I'm going to interrupt you, then I'm going to let Patrice go.
No, that's cool. I mean, because I want to hear what OG Patrice has to say too, as long as it's not about Nathan Daly.
Wow.
I was there for the vast majority of that saga, and I just like, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work. You know what I mean? So that, like, if she has beef against Nate, like, okay, she's one of the very few, and I think she's the only one where I'm like, you know what, OG Patrice, I understand. You can have that one. That one you can have. Because I was there for that. I saw it. I get it. OG Patrice will get no pushback from me for having beef with Nathan. I think she's the only one who gets a pass from me, man. I mean,
the thing about it is that what we all need to do better at is conflict resolution, right? As a people, as a community, men and women, especially Black men and women, right? Because when we have these, well, y'all want to call them beefs or disagreements or conflict of interest or whatever, it's how we handle them is where we have the problem. And when you do smoke and mirrors and you create a smoke and mirror content on someone and you create a facade that you know is a lie, they know they lying, you know they lying, and everybody know they lying, right? But nobody says anything because it's do as I say do, not as I do, right? So there is a negative cloud that hangs over us as in how to resolve conflict, right? In a respectful, peaceful way, as a community and as a people.
Shout out to Real Judah.
And a one-sidedness to a lot of the whole thing that I've seen, and I'm speaking specifically even on the subject at hand of what just recently transpired, is that women do not feel safe in this space because they are being bullied, they are being silenced, they are being intimidated, and they are told that they shouldn't say things when they see things that is happening to them, unfortunately. And it is sad that it's that way. And you only have maybe a handful of men or women that have genuinely spoke up when they know that something wasn't right. And I've always been that person to fight for the underdog, myself or anyone else, right? And not that I always expect somebody to come to my rescue or whatever, but it's nice to know that there are men in this space, because I see more Black men have more vitriol for Black women than they do for other Black men that have come for them. And that for me is, I find that to be very problematic and very suspicious. And I'm side-eyeing, and it's like, okay, you got more smoke for me as a woman than you do for that Black man who drug you, totally drug you, but then you get on your platform and, oh, I understand what you mean, but man, bro, but it's the woman, she every Tom, Dick, and Harry, name in the book. So I find that very, 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 very problematic, right? And without conflict resolution, because everybody can get in their feelings. I got in my feeling about some things, somebody else got in their feelings about some things. But if I can reach out to that person and be big enough to say, hey, let's do this. Let's call a truce, or let's apologize to each other. Let's admit our wrongs where things could have went right. And then you hear a pin drop. Then I already know your character. I already know what you own. I already know what you're about. You're not about really trying to have conflict resolution and resolve the issue. You're just trying to continuously perpetuate it, right? And there's people in this space that eggs that on. And it's unfortunately because we will never, ever come to a resolve of issue that honestly really could have been resolved. It really could have been, because people, like you said, egos, vainness, puffed up heads, big heads. Oh, because my platform bigger than yours, you come over here and do it on mine. And it's a bunch of stuff that comes with that, right? That we that's why we are so divided. But the fact of the matter is, no one as a subscriber should feel away or feel intimidated or bullied or picked on because they have to be in, trying to make force or to choose between two content creators that they both like. I say that again, and I continuously repeat it. It needs to be said because there is this thing that is going around on YouTube where it's not right to go up on other people's panels and address your issues with another content creator on someone else's panel respectfully, especially if you know that how they character is, and they say, hey, don't bring that, I'm not in that, don't bring that. Like I got mad love for both of you all, but these are the things that's happening. And then they want you to choose, and that's not fair to the subscriber. And then the content creators come at the subscribers like they got a YouTube channel themselves to sit on their platform and then defend it. They have to go on somebody else's just to even defend themselves based off of lies that someone has spreaded about them. But this is what we love, as a community. We love the smoke and mirrors. We love the lies. People know that people are saying things that are not true about people. People know that and they're not, but they always want to be the main ones. Oh, I stand on mine, and I stand on this, and I'm about integrity and character. But you're not. But you're not. And I don't care who rock with who, because I don't tell nobody. If I'm at odds with somebody, I don't tell nobody don't go over there and rock with them. Don't go on their channel. Don't mess with them. Don't be in their chat. Don't whatever. It's whatever, because you're grown. I have no right to do that. So for content creators to do that to subscribers, I think is very, very asinine and very disingenuous of them to do so. And then it'd be the main ones that trying to uphold people to this, but you see them and they be effing with some of the most nefarious people. But they don't want nobody to say nothing about that, because I can give a rat's ass about who you mess with, because I'm either going to choose to rock with you or not. I'm gonna choose to, if I side-eye and got a problem with it, then I fall back. If I still choose to rock with you, and I choose to rock with you. But this is social media, you guys. This and listen, this is not like I think people make it personal, and they bring it to a personal level that has nothing to do with nothing, just because I disagreed with you, or I said, that your name in something that I was right about, and you butthurt about it, and then you got to dig personally. This is where we going, and that's why this situation has made the young lady to not want to say anything and fall back, because she has a family, she has a job, she has children or a child to protect. People have so when it goes beyond that, when you take something like a YouTube disagreement or whatever, and you literally go personal with it towards somebody, that speaks volumes as to the character of person you are. And that's how I judge people, and that's how I look at people and say, well, okay, well, if just because of this you did this, then yeah, I'm side-eyeing you in that way, and say, nah, I don't rock with that type of character.
Excuse me.
I just don't, and honestly, if people have a true problem with someone, they will go to somebody else and complain and bitch and moan and talk about that person instead of going to that person. Because a lot of times the person don't even know you feeling a way about them, or you upset with them, or you mad about something. A lot of times they don't even know. And all it takes is a conversation. But you'd rather go low key behind people's back, in other chats, in other meetings, and talk about that person instead of addressing that person. And that's where the problem lies with us, is that we don't know constructively how to resolve conflict resolution. And then you got all of the what do you call them, the flying monkeys that want to get with the people that they rock hard with, and they don't even know said people, and they saying all kind of nefarious things and have no idea in the interim what it's truly genuinely about. And that is the problem. We don't know how to resolve conflict resolutions effectively and efficiently as a people.
All right, thank you, Patrice. Now Mr. Intellectual Soapbox has to get out of here, but I want to bring Risa back because I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to address with him, Risa.
I just like to, like I said before, thank him for his time. I understand kind of his point from things, but I'm also with me saying that I definitely agree with OG, because I mean, you do a good thing, but all while bashing others behind the scene. So, like I say, I respectfully bow. Mr. Best, thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have a lovely week.
Much love, Sister Risa. Much love, OG. Much love, Mandrell. Much love, Rico. Mr. Rico, I'm
Hold on
sorry.
1 second. Intellectual
Yeah.
Soapbox. Hold on 1 second. Let me shout out Brother Amran Pre. Gave us a generous Cash App donation. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate all of y'all Cash Apps. We're still coming after you for them backpacks, but thank you for your Cash App donation. We appreciate you. All right, man. So go ahead, Intellectual Soapbox.
Yeah, much love, Mr. Rico. Much love, Mr. Bryant. Much love, Bro C. You know what I mean? Definitely. Thank y'all for giving me the grace to come up here and speak my piece. And I appreciate all you. And love to everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? I see everybody in the chat. Much love to y'all as well. So, yeah.
Peace.
All right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for coming up, man. And, having the strength to come up here and discuss the issue. The brother was kind of down. I talked to him before the show started, and he was kind of down, but he did say, hey man, you know what, he got himself together and said, I'll come up there, brother. See, I'll come up there, because I said, hey man, if you want to come up and talk about it, come on up and talk, because I'm not talking about you directly, but talking about issues that you can relate to, that some of the kind of issues that you had going on. He said, okay, no problem, I'll come up. So he came up. So nobody said your name, E Black. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, yeah, so the brother definitely showed some resilience coming up, man, and we'll see what happens, man. He said he took down his channel, So we see what happens. You know, if it stays that way or
why did
or
he take down his
walks
channel?
He said he took it down because I guess all the drama that comes with being a content creator. And so you know, he just had a lot of misunderstandings with some people. And when I was talking to him offline, you know, just the way he thinks about things is a little different than probably if you're going to be a content creator and you're going to not take stuff personally. You can't think like that. You gotta think in a way where, hey, you know, everybody can go where they want, everybody can do what they want, and whether somebody, like for example, right, somebody was to come up here or put something in the chat about Bro C or Patrice or Rico or Vaughn or Mandrill or Risa, whatever, somebody was to put something about us in the chat. He's of the mindset that, you know, everybody in the chat that say they with us supposed to attack that person. And so I told him, you know, there's some people that just not confrontational like that. They may be on your team, but they're gonna leave you. They're gonna let it, like, especially a lot of these females. They're gonna say, well, that's two men going back and forth. I'm not going to get in between two men. Hell, I do the same thing. Rico got into it with a bunch of different people, right? I let Rico get in. I let Rico do his thing. Now, if they come over here attacking Rico, that's a whole nother thing.
They was fucking asking for it.
But if Rico's out there and he gets into it with some people, I'm not gonna be running and jumping in front of Rico. You know what I'm saying? He's a man. He's a grown man. He can handle himself. And I'm
exactly.
I keep passport wars going 50 miles a day.
Right.
I'm about to drop off this and go jump in another one real quick before I get with John. I got a little passport ass kicking to do. I got to loosen up.
But the point
you're gonna
is,
stir it. You're gonna stir it up, right, Rico? You're gonna stir it up.
I've been fighting them passport brothers. I like fighting them little
man.
We gotta be open to the idea that we may get into it with somebody. Oh, shout out to Brother Watkins, by the way. We may get into it with somebody as content creators, or even as you guys in the chat, right? You know, somebody may say, I saw you. Now you in Sir Hale's chat. I saw you in Bro C's chat. What you doing over here, right? Or whatever, right? They might, you know, they might get you like that, right? You know, but we got to understand, man. Everybody, we're all grown adults, and we can go where we want to go. We're gonna go where we want to go. We ain't nobody. I don't have no tied to you. I'm not paying nobody to be over here moderating. I sure appreciate Vaughn, all the moderators, all you guys with wrenches that do moderating in Mills. I mean, I appreciate Reese. I appreciate all of you guys. But I ain't got no money. If I had money, I'd give it to you. But I don't have it. So I just appreciate
your mailbox. Don't check your mailbox.
But I wouldn't pay. I won't pay Rico. But if I had money, I'd pay, right? But we not at that point right now. At this point, we at the point where we just helping the community. If it gets to that point, cool. But if it don't, cool, right?
Where the rest of them niggas going, they ain't got no money to pay either.
Right. Right. But at least our goal is to try to give the people something where they could pull on to, because everybody ain't doing good, right? Some of us are blessed enough. I told y'all I went back to work. I'm blessed enough to be able to go back to work, right? I said, hey man, money getting tight. I got to go back, right? So I had to go back, right? So, but I was fortunate enough to be able to do that, right? Some people ain't in that situation, man. They stuck. They don't have the skills. They don't have the skill level. They don't whatever. They can't do it. So sometimes they just need a word, right? Or sometimes they just need a strategy that we could give them. That's what we're trying to do with these young men, me, Rico, Bolo, and Hink and the rest of us that go out there and try to talk to them, these young guys. We try to give them strategies on how they can win, because a lot of them they don't know, right? So getting back to content creation and getting back to us talking about, like Patrice was talking about, social media in general, we got to just be more understanding that, hey, look, you know, just because I get into it with somebody, I get into it with another content creator, I get into it with the intellectual soapbox, and, you know, I expect some of the content, some of the people that's in the chat that we share in the chat, I expect them to go over there and harass him. and they don't do it. And I mean, that's not gonna happen. I don't expect that, but I'm just saying some people do. Some content creators do. They expect you. You ain't on my side if you ain't falling 10 toes down for me. And willing to put yourself in harm's way too. I don't expect nobody to put themselves in harm's way. Like Rico said, we men up here. We go. If I go somewhere and I do something, I don't expect you to come and fight that battle. I started it, so I got to finish it, right? Same thing, you know what I mean? So we got to be like that. We got to just understand that everybody's gonna have that freedom to do that. Does everybody understand that? Does everybody get that? That's here right now.
Oh, I definitely get it. Yeah.
I mean, okay, Rico's gonna drop off. You got any last words, Rico?
I just want to say too, right quick. If you see someone in the chat, that, and they could be talking about a content creator that you rock with, and they be
Patrice.
They be speaking to only do come in the chat, and they may be listening. Does not mean that they are siding with that person that's dragging you. I have been on a panel where the conversation could start with one thing, and I'm on the panel talking about one thing, and it totally goes left, and somebody end up dragging somebody. Then somebody get mad, but I saw you up there while they were talking about me. Like, did you see the whole content of the video? Because I was up there about something else. So I think that people are literally taking it personal, and it's getting out of hand, where people are feeling away, and instead of addressing the person, you lash out because that's what you think, that the person is against you because that person is talking about you on that particular show or topic or whatever, and you're in the chat and you may say hello. You may be just going in there to say hello, or you might be on the panel about something else, but they totally take it and go left with it and thinking, you're supporting them because they up there talking about you, but you just happen to be up there about something else or in the chat about something else. So we gotta really pay attention to what's really going on. I think people are getting more in the emotion of the feeling of being hurt by something than addressing the person that they feel have hurt them. And I just want to say that.
Well, I'm going to drop off. And just to piggyback up on what Sister Patrice says, is even also as content creators, you got to be careful. So like I said, a perfect example, me, and I'm not mentioning no names, me and Sister OG, we got drug up into a beef between content creators just for being on an opposing content creators panel, wasn't even talking nothing about what their beef was. So I mean, me and Bro Clarence been drug up to some where it's like we get drugged into shit because we go into a content creator and they could be talking about International Women's Day or the beef between Africans and African Americans, but just simply because, and I'm just a fucking subscriber, and up on somebody's channel and I get drugged into it. That's not cool, and that's not okay. That's not cool. That ain't okay. You drag me into the shit, then all you've done is create an additional enemy because you're calling me out for, you think this person's messy. Okay, they might be messy by your definition. But if the person is saying, hey, today we're going to do a Mother's Day stream, I can't fucking go up there and say Happy Mother's Day.
No,
well, it's that level of silliness that they have because, or if the guy's talking about reparation, or they could be talking about whatever. It's that level of silliness that I'm like, okay, maybe he did 15 fucked up videos, but if he's doing a positive one, I'm on a positive one, and I'm responsible. It's just you have an interpersonal beef with them. I'm like, continue to kill that motherfucker. I don't care. But me being here on a positive stream talking about a positive topic, that's crazy. And that's happened way too many times. It's happened to me and OG. It's happened to me and Clarence. I'm like, as we said earlier, I'm going to go where the fuck I want to go, and I'm going to talk to who I want to talk to. And I'm going to be, you know what I'm saying? So if these, because I watch these, and I watch all these content creators in these spaces where they see when it's a bigger, i.e. the mothership or whatever, and all the shit. Oh, ain't nothing I can do about that. Ain't nothing I can do about that. You know what I'm saying? But you can pick on me. You can take the time to pick on my little ass, but you ain't. And I'm like, okay, so what is this about? Ain't nothing my little old nobody ass can be saying nothing that can offend you so great. But these big content creators don't do nothing. And to me, it's ultimately, and you trying to collaborate with them and things like that. So I just think that, I tell everybody, maybe, a little bit more self-reflection. I tell anybody, if I see you going after something that's wrong, bad behavior, that's egregious, I'll come and help you. I'll do it, but I do think that in our community, we watch untold fuckery and people going through our communities that's just doing untold damage, and people are just afraid to speak up. And that's fine. I ain't asking nobody to be on hero, jump on grenades for everything. But I see y'all jump on grenades for other dumb shit. So that's just me. I don't care. It's just that too many times that's happened. Content creators, men and women alike, black and white alike, like you said, we just seen that Curly King debacle, and motherfuckers gonna tell you racism ain't racism. Oh, you can't talk. I'm like, this shit is crazy to me. But we'll go on for weeks about Ebony K. Williams saying she don't want to date a fucking bus driver. So y'all can talk about somebody don't want to date a bus driver, but y'all not willing to debate what's either credible or uncredible issues of racism. Because you want to collab with them because they got 1 million subs. That's the shit that us as subscribers see. It's like the bigger the content creator, they could do anything, and nobody wants to touch them.
Right.
They don't want to touch them.
Yeah, because like there's a Rico, there's a
you don't deserve the fucking microphone.
Yeah, there's a content creator that consistently puts me, Tommy B, and a couple other people in some thumbnails.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never said anything negative about the guy, like once, ever in life. I've never said anything negative about the person in any shape, form, or fashion. But I did get into a disagreement with someone he knows. Like, I guess they're cool or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with the guy. And I thought what the guy said was...
I've been in their thumbnails ever since.
Ever since. And it's been
crazy.
months. It's been months. And it's been months. I'm just like... Wait, bro,
you see what I'm saying?
I might have had one or two conversations with this person the entire time I've been on YouTube.
Right.
Might have had one or two conversations with him, and they were not negative. They were all positive.
Right.
But I get into a disagreement with a friend of his because his friend was saying something. His friend comes into a panel to ask a woman a question and ended up getting into an argument with her.
See?
I pointed that out to him. I was like, you came up here to ask a woman a question, and you ended up getting into an argument with her with red pill talking points.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess he felt embarrassed or something. I don't know. But I've been in thumbnails that this guy makes ever since. And it's been months.
To his content creator friend, and his content creator friend who has no integrity decide, let me go after Mandrill.
Yeah, he comes up to me and like several others. And we're just sitting back like, yo, man, now what's this all about? Like, this been forever ago.
These are the things that content creators need to think about. And hopefully, maybe hopefully that content creator subs can see this shit and be like, this is weird, and should stay away with it. But I don't get it. But I'm gonna go. It feels good to be back up here. Sorry, I got a little bit busy with real life. It does that sometimes. Me, just like Clarence having to be work for the white man again, I still work for him too. So,
Rico, you gotta admit this. The white man does pay you on time.
He does.
You gotta admit that. You gotta admit that.
He does. He does.
Well, let me just say this before Brother Rico leaves. Brother, it's always good to see you. I wish we could see you more. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of are like a glue, to this platform. And so when we don't see you, we always wonder, where you at, or just go to praying for you. But it would be good to see you a little more in this space.
I
That's
will do
cold, E
that.
Black. That's cold.
But I just been like stuck out there in a couple of other spaces. Jay seen me over there in some of my passport spaces. They've gotten pretty active, like some really crazy shit going over there.
Oftentimes I try to fill in for you. I don't know how good I am at it, but
you took your place.
Does a great job.
But some of that
except for the cursing
is red pill on steroids. So
what? That's crazy.
Some of the passport space, they can be like red pill on steroids.
You must be talking about the extremists when you say that. At least.
Yeah.
Good night. See you later.
All right. So
no,
I
Brico,
gotta get ready for John. Maybe I'll see you on John's later, Jake.
No, you will. You will. I'll be over there.
Okay. All right.
All right, Rico.
All right, Chief.
All right, I'm gonna pull Rico down before he get himself in trouble.
Rico, don't forget the drink too while you at it.
Yeah, John's gonna be mad at me. You already got Rico started before he came on. Oh,
yeah, he'll be mad at you.
All right, Jay. I'm trying to keep the panels as small as I can keep them, man. So that's why I'm no longer doing the 10, 8, 9, 10 people panels no more. We're not doing that because I want you to be able to get. I want you to be able to get your argument out, man. I want people that, and usually most of the people I got that come over here are very intelligent, man. So I want them to be
intelligent, brother.
Huh?
You said I'm not intelligent? I
no. All of y'all are. That's what I'm saying. That's
what I heard, Jay. I heard Brother Clarence say you weren't intelligent.
That come on here are intelligent. Some. That's jab at anybody who thinks they're less than that. Okay.
That's right, Jay. He's saying you're not intelligent.
See, listen, this is I got a day off,
but don't starts with dumb stuff. This is not a beef start with dumb stuff, Brother Clarence.
I'm gonna just say this, and this ain't a shout out, Brother Clarence. I'm off today, and I saw a great movie, but don't mean my ears ain't working right now. I heard there's a jab in there somewhere.
Nah, man. Brother Clarence gonna jab you straight to your face. He ain't gonna jab you from around the corner. He gonna jab you straight to the face.
Hey man, you better do like Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, man,
or in this case, Adonis Creed, boy.
You gonna see it coming, brother.
But no. But if we're because shout out to Bolo, everybody, Enrico that was on here. I did hear like about 45 minutes with y'all speaking. Then I had to come off and come back on. But oh man, I mean, the majority of what channels you go to, like I said, there are some good or some bad, but there's also middles and neutral ones. I'll be honest. I can listen. I could go to a whole channel that talks none of this nonsense, and they're just interested in growing up and being in the woods and just chopping wood and telling you about how to build something. I think that's more progressive than this shit. And pardon my profanity, guys, but I'm gonna get a little raw. Don't worry, bro. I won't go nuclear, but I'll go what's in the Bible. But yeah. But the thing is for me is like I said, I like hearing things that are progressive, particularly. That's why some panels you guys see me on, some guys you don't. I'm more honestly now, since what Rico just said is actually true. I'm more either on Dominican Routes channel every once in a blue moon. Well, more over there than I am on some others because they're not good environments to be in. And like I said, I like being in uncomfortable ones personally because I can always I can always test my mettle against other people. But as I am now, I don't have the mindset to deal with nonsense and craziness. I just can't do it. And I'm working with a short fuse. Because the thing is, like I said, you want to push out positive reinforcement content, not the same belligerent, I want to say imbecile stuff. And kind of like that's the content that's out and hot right now because people just love hearing regurgitating the same thing like fucking cults do. Pardon my French again. And it doesn't really go anywhere. All I hear is blame game, and I stop giving. I want to use the S word. I stopped giving a rat's a about all that because I personally think that we're in a generation that's too soft right now at this point. Where on one hand, I know people are going through problems and struggles, but at the same time, you can bang it over and over and extremely over again. When you're not a professional licensed person, you need to shut the hell up. To me, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And to clarify what I'm saying is, if there's brothers out there that are genuinely trying to help someone, help another fellow man, please help him. I don't want to hear y'all rag on that motherfucker. You better help him. If that's what you said you're gonna do, you better stick to your damn guns. What I don't want to see is you clowning this boy in 1 minute, and then I have to hear a report about he self-deleted himself. When it comes to content creators who do stuff like that, I'm sorry, they're the worst to me. And honestly, it warrants me to punch them in their face when they do that. Not with words, with actual fists. I like to hit you I like to take you with words before anything else. But what needs to be more sent out more is stuff of like, we're here trying to like what Brother Clarence preaches about the community, things like that. Sister Patrice, it's been a while since I've seen you, but the sister, she does the same thing. She's trying to progress. She wants her people to progress. Brother Vaughn, he brings a wisdom of Morgan Freeman that has been long lost. But he knows it.
Wow.
And I gotta throw him under the bus with that one because it's the truth. He knows it. But it's true. It is just like you need to have these, like, I would say, these kind of like anchors in place to know what you stand for, and also what type of message you're receiving or what you're trying to send out to the youth. Because like I said, because I tell this is funny now, but at some point our conversations is going to get serious. And the thing is, I want every like young person to understand like the seriousness of the conversations that we're having, because inevitably these are things you're either going to be confronted with, or you might need to hear this in case something like that happens, or you weren't taught it. So that's why I'm saying, like, I think Charles, like Brother Clarence, and OJ Patrice being here, Brother Vaughn, and even what Mandro does for his stuff, because he's touching up on topics on Black Men Unfiltered's channel, which I honestly think Black Men's Unfiltered channel has evolved more, because I feel like he's going outside that a little bit, and he's trying to actually get people on there to have different convos. And I'm actually liking the format, as opposed to when he first did it, it was just wild conversations. Now it's like more organized. I feel like you're trying to put out something for everybody to listen to now. As a freaking licensed lady on there talking about what's necessary for help and things like I like all that. That's good. That's progression to me. What's not progression is I hear man versus woman. If I hear man versus woman, I'm gonna punch man and woman. Now stop. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like a dead horse, right?
It's really
why do we keep beating that horse like that? Come on.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Because my favorite saying, let's
figure out how to coexist at least, right?
Right. Exactly.
All right, brother. So
yeah, that's all I gotta say.
All right, appreciate you, brother. I want to get Rush up here because we about to close out, man. But I want everybody to get their little say in, man, before we close out, man. Thank you, Jay, for coming up. All right, brother Rush, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. Salute to you. Salute to you, Clarence, and everybody else on the panel. Yeah. Salute. Yeah, man. I think when there's controversy between different content creators, it builds up their views. That's why a lot of them kind of like have this like beef sector, even though some would say that it's not a good idea for a content creator to have beef, because it kind of diminishes their branding when they're podcasting. And for example, man, if you like watch Fight Club and all these different channels that people come on panels and just argue, like there's a market for that, and the amount of views that Fight Club gets and these other channels get from arguing on panels, it's the wave. They get a lot of a lot of views on that. I mean, instead of somebody putting out like a positive message and working together. And another factor we have to factor in, the reason why most content creators might not get along is because they're all at competition with each other.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like it is what it is, man. Like it's just, I guess it's just that competitive spirit. Most of these content creators have. They would rather just beef than actually working together and uplift each one another and all that. Because that's not going to get them the views.
Yeah.
Being
So
nice.
so you're basically saying that do you think that these beefs that you see in these YouTube spaces are do you think that they're meaningless, or do you think that they have a purpose, or are they just for likes, clicks, views?
I would say there is a purpose because they're not, when content creator has friction with another content creator is because low key they're competing against each other for the views and subs. They're not gonna go ahead and say out loud, but that's where that beef stems from, because
Can I ask you a
they
question?
want to be
Can
the
I ask you
top,
a
they want to be
question?
the
Can I
best,
ask you
and
a
they want to get
question?
all the views and subs.
Can I ask you a question? I understand that between two content creators, but what about when the content creator come at a subscriber who have no platform? Like this is the subject at hand that we're specifically talking about, right? Like with this scenario where this person supports you as a subscriber, you know what I mean? And because you're in the beef as a content creator with another content creator, you mad at that subscriber because they won't choose side. And there's intimidation and force and
Yeah.
toxicity behind that. Let's stick to the subject at hand. Like this
Well,
is the
I mean,
scenario that is happening.
it's taken to that personal levels because that's their supporter. So the
Yeah,
content
but
creator might,
they support both content creators. Why are content creators forcing subscribers to choose?
because they're competing against each other. That's why. This is something that content creators don't speak out loud about, but that's what it is, man. You know what I mean?
I
But
disagree,
they
bro.
come
I
in, but they
disagree.
coming at the subscriber. They coming at the subscriber, not the
I
content
disagree.
creator. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything's based on the content creators. You know what I mean? These subscribers are just subjects. And a content creator will feel some type of way if their subscribers is supporting an individual that they don't get along with.
But the
I, I,
subscriber, again, the subscriber it's down with both content creators. I think you missing that point. So why is the content creator forcing or intimidating or bullying the subscriber to choose between the two content creators that they like? To me, that is making the subscriber is becoming the casualty of the war between the two content creators.
yeah, Russian. I don't think
Me as a
it's not
subscriber.
always, and sometimes it's not always competition. In my opinion, a lot of times it's just vanity. It's just sheer vanity of it. Like, you supposed to be with me. It's not even a competition thing where, because a competition, that means you competing, right? You're doing something and you compete harder, right? If you get more subscribers than me, then I'm going to compete harder. I'm not going to shame my subscribers into not messing with you, right? When a lot of stuff popped off with me and Chaotic, right? You was coming over here all the time. I said, hey, bro, keep on going over there. Because I understand, that the beef between he and I don't got nothing to do with you. And you may like both of us, right? You may get down with both of us. So why would I gonna say, oh well, since you was with him first and you got mad love for him, you can't come over here no more? That's stupid, right?
Exactly.
Hold on. Nah, that's
But you know what?
not stupid.
But you know
First of
what,
all,
brother
I know
Terrence?
you and Chaotic, y'all good now. Know what I mean? That's why I'm, steadily coming back on your
We
panels.
always
Know what I
been
mean,
good. Me
but
and Chaotic
before,
always been good. We put it. I mean, it was left out there like we was bad, but we was never bad. He and I was never bad. Now him and Rico, that's another thing. But he and I, we talked behind the scenes, so we were never in a bad place.
right?
You
But
know,
I'm saying like, but at the heat of the moment, I stopped coming over because of that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Chaotic
yeah.
Treats my right hand man.
But
I
nobody
roll with the
told you to do
nigga.
that, right? Chaotic
Huh?
didn't tell you to do that, right? And I didn't tell you to do that because neither one of us. We understand, man. You're a grown man. You're gonna go where you want to go. Now, just because you this is your boy, okay. And I understood that. I wasn't like, oh man, F Rush, because he going over there, he down with it. I understood that this your boy. Of course you're gonna ride with him. Of course. You know what I'm saying? No problem. And maybe one day you come back, but it's no big deal. I still got
Okay,
love for you. You know what I'm saying? My point is, we can't, as content creators, we can't be like out here like, oh well, you my subscriber, you with me, so you can only be with me. That's crazy because we
Can I
got
just
things like
interject here
people are
real quick,
adults.
brother
They're gonna
Clarence?
go where they want to go, right? I may be talking about something you want to talk about, and so you can come over here, right? I'm not gonna say, oh man, well you with Labuto, so why are you coming over? Come on, man, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying?
And then too, if you
Can I
make the
just
choice
interject for a second?
if you make the decision as the
I don't know.
subscriber,
Is this thing on? I don't know. Is it on?
you made it.
I'm
You
sorry.
made the decision. You wasn't forced. You wasn't coerced. You wasn't influenced. You wasn't bullied to do it. You made it as the subscriber to choose.
All right. So can I say something just for a brief moment?
No, yeah, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
That's okay. I'm gonna try to get in here somehow.
Okay.
But the way that I look at it and see it is there's a lot of these content creators that have absolutely no respect for their subscribers.
Yes.
They're very quick to cut them off. They're very quick to be sharp with them. You see what I'm saying? They're very quick to disrespect them. In other words, they treat you basically like you're disposable, like you're just a disposable rag, But those content creators who have respect for their audience, you see what I'm saying? It's evident. You know what I'm saying? People are more, listen, you draw more bees with honey than you do vinegar now. Come on. And so I think it's like this God complex, when you get your 1,000 subscribers or your 10,000 subscribers, you start out one way being very humble and meek, right? And then when you get all of these subscribers, all of a sudden now, we've lost you now. All of a sudden you have arrived. And see, all of us are beneath you. Come on, man. Don't ever forget where you came from. And that's the problem. You get these content creators who gain all of these followers, right? And they get them, but then they forgot what it took for them to get there. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that's basically the gas, the fire while they're promoting your channel. I don't understand that.
What?
So, but I see it quite often, man. And I've even been a victim of that. Of channels that I have been supporting and have been disrespected, after, moderating and you see what I'm saying? Giving my time and my effort to support, sometimes you just forget where you came from, man. And I just, me personally, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I won't rush to address that, and then we're gonna start wrapping up, y'all. We 2 hours and 38 minutes in. And I think we had a good conversation, man. We addressed a lot of things. And so, but I won't rush to address that. And then we're going to go around the room giving our closing remarks. Rush, you there?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess I could feel your perspective on that, you and Patrice or whatever. But it just boils down between both content creators, man. I mean, That's why there is a ripple effect between content creators and the people that subscribe to their channel. You know what I mean? It's because they're following, you know what I mean, these quote unquote people that have like popularity on the online or whatever. So, it's just a ripple effect on that. But it just boils down to being competitive, man. You know what I mean? It's just, we're in a space where some content creators will probably take it personal if a subscriber supports both, and
Agreed.
they will say, yo, you gotta choose, you know what I mean?
Do you think that's fair? Do you think that makes sense to make, just like, okay, you and your wife get into an argument, you go to your child and say, choose which one you gonna choose, which parent you gonna listen to from now on, right? The child's gonna be still gonna listen to both parents, still gonna love both parents, right? They may not even have
not exactly. Hold on, not exactly. If they're living in two separate houses, the child is basically forced to choose a side, man.
Not really, bro. I mean, if in a normal household, the child don't have nothing to do with this argument.
I disagree. Nine times out of 10, the child might take the mother's side because she's probably been feeding them poison in order to hate his own biological father, his or her own
but
biological father.
I'm not talking about a situation where where the mother would feed with the child poison. I'm talking about a normal situation. I'm talking about a normal situation. Anytime toxicity is introduced to a situation, you never know what's going to happen. I'm talking about a situation where the child loves both people, the child respects both people, and an argument breaks out, which from time to time, I don't care how good your marriage is, a disagreement will break out from time to time. Should the child is a child going to be rejected by one parent because they still got love for the other parent?
When that divorce takes,
I know it happens, Rush, but I'm talking about in a regular situation, not no toxicity.
Rush, may I say something real quick, please? Listen, I think the problem is this, and this is something that I was just up here saying, and y'all held me accountable to. Everyone has a different sense of respect and loyalty. Okay, we all of us on this panel have a different sense of that. Everybody in the chat has a different sense of that, right? But you wanted somebody to be respectful and loyal the way you want them to be respectful and loyal. You can't force that on nobody. If somebody wants to be respectful and loyal the way they want to be, you have to let them. And that's the lesson that I've learned today. Okay. Exactly. And if you feel if you feel like they're not being loyal and respectful to you, then there's an effective way to communicate. Not going from panel to panel. You know what I'm saying? Not doing some of the stuff that I did that I made a mistake on. You know what I mean? Exactly. Just based on my judgment, or just me thinking that, okay, I can say these things and possibly, you know what I'm saying, I can get some sort of resolution, or I can get some sort of clarity or whatever. And I went about it the complete wrong way. And what I did was make people feel like I was targeting women, which, I'm completely not doing.
Thank you. God damn it. Thank you for that.
Which I'm completely not doing. Because all of the platforms, and OG Patrice, I want you to hold me accountable for this, okay? Now, because you've been there. I created Ladies Night. You know that. You know what I'm saying? When you want to do your platform, me and you spoke about it. You know what I'm saying? When Sister Lola, when she wants to when me and her do the Black Files, that's something that me and her communicate about it. So I've Savagely Humble, I've always had various Drama, I've always had various platforms where I work with women, and there's been no problem. I have never said anything to them inappropriately, anything to them, sexually, anything like that. Nothing like that at all. So it's a lot of things that that has been, miscommunicated or misunderstood. And for that, and me being in my feelings and me being hurt, because I was in my feelings and I was hurt. And I can definitely, take accountability for that. And I can definitely say that's where I was. So Arshawn was right. Yes, I was in my feelings. So Arshawn, yes, you're right about me being my feelings. You're right that I handled the situation wrong. You're completely right. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't hold everybody to a standard that you want to hold them to. They're grown people. Just like when it comes to religion, we can't hold everybody to the same religion. Mr. Bryant is a Christian. Mr. Bro Clarence is a Muslim. They believe two different things. That he can't make Bro Clarence can't make Mr. Bryant become a Muslim. It's not gonna happen.
That's right.
They decide to do what they want to do. So we have to let people make their own choices. And if you feel like based on their choices they're not being loyal, then move accordingly from there, but do it respectfully. Don't do it disrespectfully. Don't do it the way that I did it, because it was wrong. You know what I mean? It hurt a lot of people. And for that, and I'm gonna say this publicly, Sister Anya, if you're listening, I apologize, sister. I apologize sincerely. You know what I'm saying? And I never meant to hurt you, never meant to come at you. I love you, I respect you. You know what I'm saying? I never meant to come at you at all. You know what I mean? So, and I wish we could have conversation about this. You was gonna do some work with me and the late great QB. It didn't happen. I don't have no ill will towards you about anything. So please understand that. Please understand that you will never be attacked on my platform. Half of the platforms that I created is dedicated to women. You know what I mean? So I'm about to let me just finish my point. Something came in my head, but let me just finish my point. But with that being said, we just have to move accordingly and move respectfully. If somebody's not moving the way you want them to move, address that person in a respectful manner and keep it moving. It doesn't have to be all this discord, it doesn't have to be all these streams, it don't have to be this back and forth. And unfortunately I didn't do that. You know what I mean? Arshawn held me accountable. A lot of people held me accountable. I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got to keep in mind. At times, yes, there is competition on YouTube. Of course. We all know that. And unfortunately, because I feel like our people have bigger problems than competing on some goddamn YouTube. I think we can all agree to that. You know what I'm saying? Especially with our kids being under attack. Definitely. And we know that for a fact. So with that,
wait a minute, hold on. Why is it a competition when the space is so vast?
No,
because why is it a competition?
Because as OG said, we don't know how to effectively communicate or effectively work together. That's why we have the problems that we have. OG already addressed that. Mr. Brian, I'm not throwing shade at you at all, but I'm just saying like that's the reason.
No, I'm just trying to understand why.
Yeah,
what the competition aspect of it is. Do you?
It's about money though. It's about money. Yeah, it's about money. And when you get money involved, and then also you get amount of influence as being a content creator, people feed off of that because they may not even have that in their normal life. Okay, they may not have nobody that they go home that cares about them. They may not have a strong family unit. They may not have all those things, and I don't have all those things perfectly either. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I don't. None of us do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna close here because I don't want to ramble. I want everybody to make their point. But at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't have the same sense of loyalty or respect that you have, right? Communicate with them, like OG said. We gotta learn how to communicate effectively and then move forward. And hopefully, y'all be able to move forward and grow from it. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop trying to make people, do something that we want them to do. Just because they don't choose what you want them to choose, don't make them a bad person. They not your family. You don't really know them. You know what I'm saying? They're not really your friends like that. You know what I'm saying? And if they are, they still may just have different views. You have different views than people in your family too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, right. You know what I mean? Like Mr. Bryant tells me that all the time when it comes to his family. Like, hey, my family do this and the third. And you know what I mean? So yeah, everybody moves differently. Mr. Bryant, I ain't trying to throw you out there, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Everybody moves differently. You feel me? So that's all I'm saying. But we just we gotta learn how to communicate effectively, positively, and move forward with each other and give each other that love. And that's all.
84, respect. Respect.
Yeah, thank you for coming back and dropping that on us, man. Appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate that too. But I think that when you're functioning in your purpose, when you're moving in purpose, you see what I'm saying? When you are walking in divine purpose, whatever your calling is in life, I don't believe that there's a competition involved in that. I believe that a good man's steps are ordered by the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Your gift will make room for you. There's no competition involved in it, because if we look at it like we're competing, see, that to me, that just sidetracks the whole thing. You see what I'm saying? Focus on the mission. See, focus on where you're going, how you're going to get there. Focus on the art of it all. Don't focus on what Sister Sally and Brother Joe is doing. Because I got to keep up with them. I got to keep up with them. I have to. Wait, they got 18 subs. I need to have at least 20 more because I got to keep up with them. No, this is not a competition. When God called you to do something, do what He called you to do. That's it.
Unfortunately, Bro Vaughn, I get you. But I'm telling you, that ain't where these content creators' heads are. Even the ones
listen, I get it. I
themselves as
understand. But you understand what I'm saying when I say,
No, I
if
said I
that's
get
your
you.
calling, if that's your calling, because I don't believe Brother Clarence is up here competing with anyone. I believe he's on a mission. And that's what's in his eyesight is the mission, not what people are doing.
Right, but everybody ain't Bro Clarence. And even some of the ones, my brother, that are your proclaimed Christians that say they Christians and that say they this and that, they know that it is about a competition. And if it's their business, they're gonna do whatever to whoever and whenever. See, that's where the hypocrisy comes in, because they profess to be that, but they actions and hearts is far from that, bro Vaughn.
Right. Yeah, and I get it. I get that, and that's just a definite truth that we should all understand. You know what I'm saying? But I think we make it more complicated than what it should be, in my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? If God is blessing you, listen, the blessings of the Lord maketh rich and adds no sorrow to it. You see what I'm saying? So don't get a thing and then it adds sorrow and say, oh, no, that's not how God blesses us. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get it. That's from a spiritual aspect that I'm speaking, and everybody doesn't come from that place. And I get it. I don't force that on anybody, but I'm just trying to state a point that it's not always about competition, and we shouldn't make it about that, especially if we're trying to fulfill our purpose, and that's spiritual talk though. A lot of people may not understand that.
They purpose
I get it.
Their purpose is it's business and it's about this money and this.
That's what their purpose is, to get that money.
And y'all gotta understand too that
I get it.
You gotta understand too that Bro C is definitely in competition, man. So Mr. Brian, you're wrong. He definitely in competition, especially when it comes to Bolo and it comes to that freestyle and hip hop. He definitely in competition.
Well, that's fun though. That's fun and games. You see what I'm saying? That's fun and games right there. So that's all good. That's all good.
I gotta have some fun with it. I'm sorry, I gotta have some fun.
I thought you could see good. Bolo ain't no competition for me.
Start that.
I could sing better. Man, come on, man. Stop. Come on now.
Man.
And we're going to prove it, man. We're going to prove it. We're going to deal with this computer and then we're going to prove it. That, he got lucky the last time, right? He got lucky. Patrice and them felt bad for him or whatever. Now we're going to do now. You'll see. And then I'm going to throw some algebra problems out there, man. He going to be humming. Watch, you'll see. Bolo competition for me. Intellectual soapbox. I'll have drop you right now.
No, you didn't say algebra.
No, I'm just playing, brother. I'm just playing. That is my brother. We always call each other back behind the scenes, man. Check out each other. All right, y'all. So let's start wrapping up, man. I appreciate all of you guys, man. Everybody had good takes. Even Rush, man. I didn't agree with him, but he had good takes, man. Everybody had good takes. So let's end on a good note. Let's end on a high note, man. Let's start going around the room, man, and giving us some last comments, man. Let me start with Mandrell, man. We ain't heard Mandrell in a long time, man.
Mandrell, everybody was going in. Everyone's talking. I don't want to interject and over talk anybody. But no, now I get
that's new right there. But
no, it's not. You clearly haven't been watching my content, then.
I've been watching you, man. I've been watching you.
So no. Okay, if you've been watching, I hope you watched Wednesday's show. That was fantastic, if I do say so myself.
I gotta catch up there.
Here's the thing, because look, Vaughn should have pulled up, Brother Clarence. If you,
I did catch some of that. I think
you didn't see the beginning.
Yeah, but I did watch the replay. I did watch the replay though.
What did you think? It
was a very good show. Very, very good.
There you go. I'm telling you. It's not new.
And the way that you broke those snippets down of, what did we actually learn? Oh man, that was on point.
Right.
We're still having the same arguments from 1967. And, man, awesome.
No one's learned a thing.
Yeah, I enjoyed that stream. So see, I am watching, brother.
Yeah, I usually watch you guys too. I didn't catch you this Wednesday. But yeah, man. I'll check in on replay. Well, come on, Mandrell, what you got for us, brother?
Yeah, well, I hope the intellectual soapbox, I hope he does restart his channel. Because I do like the brother. I do like the brother. I do want to see him win. But yeah, you can't. I think one of the problems that we have is that people don't try to understand each other. You know what I mean? It's just like you said. Like I may enjoy content from this channel, and say you have a problem with someone, Brother Clarence, but I like content from that other channel as well. You know, I like having conversations with that person, whatever. Well, the conflict is between you and the other creator.
Correct.
I think that's where you should try to keep it.
Correct.
It doesn't make the people who rock with both of you a bad person or anything like that. So just try to keep that in mind. You know what I mean? It's just I think it's just when it comes to that, that's a misunderstanding. It doesn't make anyone a bad person or anything like that. Even the content creator who is holding the subscriber accountable, if I say that, it doesn't make the content creator a bad person or nothing like that. It's just a misunderstanding. You know what I mean? And it's just maybe that person has never heard that this perspectives that he's getting today. Like Intellectual Soapbox came in here today and he's like, "Hey, I was wrong." You know what I'm saying? I didn't think of things that way before. Now I do. Yeah. And that goes to show that he's able to listen to information, and when he gets new evidence, he might have his beliefs, but once he gets new evidence, he now applies the new evidence and makes changes accordingly. That's growth. Yeah. That's the person who's willing to grow and willing to learn. Yeah, that's intellect. Yeah, and it's competency. So I mean, that's a person who is able to become a better person every day. You know, he could be a better person tomorrow than he is today. He's a better person today than he was yesterday. That's something I can rock with. You know what I'm saying? I can get behind. I can get behind and support a person like that. You know, I can tell that person, like, if he sees me doing something wrong or say something wrong, he can hit me up, say, "Hey, Mantrell, you going the wrong way." I am? Yeah, man. I mean, you said this, that, and the other. You went the wrong way with that one. Let me suggest this. And, you know, I'll listen to him. And he's a person who can take that as well. So, I mean, shout out to your brother. You know what I'm saying? Big ups for that. That was man stuff you did today. Honestly. So keep up the good work. Start your channel back again.
Love you, Mandrell. Thank you so much. And I definitely appreciate your support, and definitely thank you for coming through on Ian Cookie's show about a couple of weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? And you dropping that, you know, that Southern talk, man. I appreciate you.
Not a problem, man. Not a problem.
All right, Mandrell, is that your last word, brother?
Yeah, that's my last word. Thank you for having me, Brother Clarence. Tune into my show, everybody. I mean,
okay, I didn't know I was invited. I'm just first time hearing.
Brother Clarence, you know you're welcome over there on the entire network any given time. No one's running you away. You know what I'm saying? Any given time you want to show up. That one would have been a good one for all you old heads. Patrice, Brother Clarence, Bolo. Information man, all the rest of you. That would have been a good one for y'all to have.
You got to reach out to us and let us know.
We don't know everything, bro. We don't know. See,
how about this?
That's a lot of. Sometimes we used to have this issue with another content creator where he thought that we were seeing everything, and we don't know you on unless you tell us, right? We got the other stuff going on, man, so we don't know. So yeah, man, let us know. But now that I know you're on Wednesdays,
yeah, Wednesday nights
for you a little better.
8:30 Central Standard Time.
So
okay.
This week.
Yeah. Okay. 8. No, you what? 2 hours behind?
Yeah, Central. I'm 2 hours behind.
You about 6. That's about 6:30 your time then.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're in California, because you're in California.
Okay, yeah.
So this week is going to be called "Do You Really Want Solutions?"
Okay.
That's what this week's going to be titled.
Okay. All right. I'll tap in. I might be driving home from work, but I'll definitely tap in.
Not a problem.
See what's going on with you.
Thanks for having me.
You catch Mandrell over there at Black Man Unfiltered. Him and his sister got a show called Black Man. What was it called? Unapologetic.
Unapologetic. Yeah.
Unapologetic with Brangela Shushu. Go on over there and check the brother out, man. And see if you like it. Okay, Mandrell, I'm gonna put you down, brother. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you.
Problem.
You know, you welcome as well over here anytime, brother. All right, that was Brother Mandrell. Who's next? Let's get Rush, man. Rush giving us that good game. What's going on, Rush? Give us your last word, brother.
Man, my last words is always the same, man. Seek wisdom, practice humility, and always stay sucker free. You heard? I'm out.
Yeah.
One.
Good advice. Good advice. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Sir.
All right. Now I'm gonna pull Rush there. Wait, Rush. Oh, damn it. I was gonna try to ask him where we can catch him. But you can catch Rush on the Labuto Network. He's over there with Chaotic.
Yeah, Labuto Network. That's where he
Yeah,
at.
he's over there with Chaotic, man. That's Chaotic's boy right there, right? So anyway, yeah, man, let's stay sucker free, man. It's 2023, halfway through the year. Let's keep on staying sucker free. All right, Intellectual Soapbox, man, you came back up. We appreciate you, man. You got any other last words? I think you did good the last words you put out there, but you got anything else you want to add?
Peace and love to all the family. Much love to everybody in the community. Let's continue to grow. I'm always willing to grow and take accountability. Love you all. Much love to everybody involved, man. Special shout out to Bro Clarence, OG Patrice, Mr. Bryant, Mr. Rico, Mr. Bolo as well, Rush, Jay Takashi. I miss you, but I'll hit you up later, bro. Mandrell, Sister Risa. Also, special shout out to Sister Anye and Brother Rashawn. Much love to y'all.
Salute, much love.
Much love to you, brother.
Salute,
Appreciate
salute.
you, man. All right, man. We'll pull you down, man. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. All right, man. And then there were four. Anybody want to go in particular?
I'll go because I'm gonna be quick, and then you can pull me down, and then I'll listen from that point. I appreciate the stream. It was definitely necessary, needed to be had. Conversation needed to be had. I think that hopefully now things are clear on both sides of the spectrum for content creators, for subscribers, as a whole. If content creators have an etiquette that they uphold with one another, sometimes that's a community thing and sometimes that's a one-on-one personal thing between the two content creators, but depending on the relationship, right? And even with subscribers. But I myself personally can speak for myself as a freelancer in these YouTube streets. I think that the ability when people want to rock with who they want to rock with, that's their prerogative to do so. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, right? That is said person's choice to do so. But I do not believe in the influence of the pressure, the bullying, the intimidation part of it. So I hope we all learn a valuable lesson in that. And accountability is great. Apologies is great, but I will close with this. It's nothing greater after you said all of that than change behavior. And I digress.
All right. Sis, I'm gonna pull you down. Thank you. I appreciate you as always. All right, that was Patrice, Risa, or Vaughn. Either one of y'all. Shout out to We on Lock, by the way. My simping brother. Shout out to you, brother. All right. Any one of y'all want to go first?
Well, I'll go first. If, it doesn't matter. Risa, would you like to close?
It really doesn't matter.
Let her go last, Vaughn. Let me let you go.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, great show today. I think we got a lot accomplished, man. Conversation was great. We came to a whole bunch of resolves. And this is what I'm looking for in these spaces. Situations like this. Where we can all get together, speak about our differences, and figure out where we need to go from there. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just back and forth and bickering and all of this. I believe that we accomplished some things today, man. And for that, I'm definitely grateful. And that's pretty much it, Brother Clarence. I just look forward to more situations like this. I will go back and relook at it again because I may have missed something. A lot of times when you're on the panel, sometimes you miss a few things, but when you go back and look at it again, then you're like, oh, okay, I didn't even notice that point was made. You know what I'm saying? So, but very good stream today, man. Very good. Very good.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. We're trying, man. We're trying to, hopefully, man, we can mend some fences, man, and help our people get over the fence, get through the fence, over the fence, and on the other side of the river. All right, man, I'm gonna pull you down, Vaughn. Hold tight. I'm gonna pull you down. All right, Risa.
Okay.
You had the last word.
Now, shout out to the family first and foremost, and the rest of the mods and everybody watching. I think we got some stuff resolved today. Hopefully, we can move forward. I don't normally be up here, but I do, despite the conversation that everybody just heard when we first started, I do respect Mr. Best. That's why I'm up here today. I mean, because I have a relationship with everybody that's on the panel that be over here, so I don't necessarily have to come on panels. We talk. But with that being said, hopefully we can move forward. I'm willing to try to move forward. I can't speak for anyone else. But it sometimes you just got to know when enough is enough. And like I said earlier, it never hurts to bow out gracefully before feelings are hurt, before people are intimidated. Because newsflash, if a person is intimidated, then they're affected. You don't ever want to affect a person in a negative way, especially something on YouTube. Now, everybody, I go in some areas and you never know I'm there. It's easy for me not to text in the chat. You never know I'm there. Some people don't have that restraint, and I do understand that. But a person should not be bullied just for being in someone's chat.
Correct.
Now, I know everybody in the chat sees me sometimes when I say it's that fine line. And when I say that fine line, I do understand his feelings as a content creator, but understand your subs feelings as well. And then you never, ever, ever, and this is a lesson for anybody going on, you never, ever, ever, ever tell anyone where to spend their money.
Yeah.
You cannot get upset because people cash out there and not there. That is not cool at all. It is very petty. So, with that being said, like I said, let's just move on and get more content put out. We working behind the scenes and stuff. So my allergies are killing me, so that's why my voice like this. But yeah, it was a great stream. Thank you, Brother Clarence. Shout
Thank
out
you,
to the
sis.
family. Everybody have a great week.
All right, sis, I'm gonna pull you down. Okay. All right, hang tight. All right, so all right. Woo! Woo! When I saw Risa come up here, I said, uh-oh. I was like saying, Sister Annie come up here, uh-oh. Something needs to be cleared up right away. Right? Something's about to get cleared up right away, right? Oh man. Because these sisters that come up here, they ain't coming up here to play games, right? They coming up here to straight something out. And we need to be held accountable, right? We need to be held accountable. I mean, us as men, but just us as content creators, right? Because sometimes the lens we looking through, we don't see everything the way we should, right? Because we so focused on what we trying to do, we so driven, we don't see the how we look to the people in the chat, right? It's like the parents arguing that analogy again, right? The parents, they don't see the damage they're doing to the children arguing in front of the children, right? Because they just they so emotional and they so emotionally charged up. They don't see, man, you are negatively affecting the children by arguing in front of them, right? Anyway, man, what y'all think? We tried to put together a show where we address some of the issues, try to get content creators that was paying attention, that was, maybe some of y'all, a lot of y'all in the chat are content creators, some people to look at the situation and say, yeah, man, maybe I have been a little bit too hard on my people in my chat, or maybe I have got some unrealistic expectations for the people in my chat. I gotta, understand that, people gonna go do whatever they want to do, right? Right? People gonna listen to, people gonna come and listen to Brother Clarence sometimes, but then sometimes they're gonna listen, go watch Dave Chappelle. They're gonna watch something else, right? You want to laugh. Sometimes you want to cry. Sometimes you want to hear some knowledge, right? You come over here and listen to Patrice. You want to get some information, right? And look out for that show we're gonna do. We're gonna do that show on the ADOS, man. We're gonna do the show and break down the ADOS plan for if we get these reparations, they already got a plan for how to, set up with some of the things, some options you can use this money to do, right? They already got plans for that. So we're gonna go into that. We're gonna talk about that later. But yeah, man, it was a great show. Appreciate everybody who came up on the panel. And it was just a great show altogether. But that's what's saying when we have checks and balances, right? When you have us on the stage watching things, you got somebody like Reese in the chat watching stuff. People like M. Mills in the chat. Thank you, M. Mills. M. Mills fired a shot at somebody today too, right? Shout out to M. Mills, right? She goes to somebody today too, right? So we got good people out here, man. And shout out to everybody who helps us have a squeaky clean situation over here, man. Because all we want to do is help our people, man. Our people in such bad situation, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, even financially. But we got to take it one step at a time and show them how to behave, not how to react, but how to respond to situations, man. Because a lot of our people, man, we so caught up, we only know how to react, right? What? You said that? Oh no! Oh what? You was in the chat when that person said that, and you didn't say nothing? Oh no! We just react instead of responding, which is when you respond, you're measuring everything up, and then you're going to take the most effective action to move forward, right? But when you react, you just knee jerking and you say, "Oh, this is how I'm gonna handle that," right? You go to the mattress, right? I'm going to the mattress, right? You know who I always have to have this conversation with? Rico. I have to have a conversation. Rico, you don't have to go to the mattress, Rico. We don't have to go get the van every time. Rico, let's get the van. I'm coming, man. We're going to do this. And you know what I'm saying? I got the chargers. I got the grenades. I got the M16s. I got everything, man. I said, Rico, this is not that kind of party, man. I done had to do this at least 3 times, Rico. Rico, it's not that kind of party. Rico, calm down. You don't have to react. He's fine. Let's think about it first. And then when you think about it, you're like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we this ain't that type of situation, right? But we got to think about it like that because we don't want to offend our people, right? We don't want to offend the people that's coming in our chat. They're coming to see us, talk to us, support us. They're giving us cash apps. Shout out to Ron P for the generous cash app. They're giving us cash apps, right? Man, I don't care if it's $1 or 10 or 100, right? They give us cash apps. That's hard-earned money they could be spending on their own people, on their family or whatever, right? But they're giving it to us because they're trying to support us. And I appreciate that. And we appreciate that. But now we're going to show them disrespect by disrespecting them? Come on, man. We can't. We gotta think about what we're doing. All right, y'all. So we're going to get on out of here, man. We'll shut it down. So let me do the rundown. Any kind of questions y'all got about any things we talking about, or you got a pushback? Anybody got a pushback for us? Hit us up, man. Hit us up in the comments or hit me up in the email and say, Clarence, I would like to debate you on this situation. I want to talk to you or have a conversation with you about this situation because I have a opposing viewpoint. As long as we're gonna be respectful, it's cool. You want to know why me and Chaotic fell out? And we fell out a little bit, but not all the way. But the main reason why we fell out is not because I didn't think he was intelligent or I didn't think he could conversate. He would not be respectful, and I can't have him over here being disrespectful. So I had to have that conversation with him. I said, man, it's probably better if you don't come over here because I'm not going to bring you up to have a disrespectful conversation with him and have you disrespecting everybody. He understood that. He said, cool, no problem, man. That ain't my intent and all of that. But, he does what he does, right? That gets him visibility, right? So whatever. But I just said, you can't do that here, right? Because I ain't going to let you disrespect nobody that's here. I'm let nobody disrespect nobody here, right? Anyway, Cricket Jenkins said, I got pushback. You didn't respond to email. I might be sitting in the spam. Oh, you might be sitting. Well, brother, I'll check it after I'll check it, Arshawn, if you got the pushback. I'll check the spam after I get off of here, man, and then we'll set something up, man. We're supposed to set something up anyway, man, a while ago, man. But I know you forgot. I sure did. So, but if we can, man, we can set something up where we can just have me and you can have a conversation, and because I know you don't agree with me on everything, but yet I feel like you're a very intelligent brother. You know how to set up your position very well. So I think it will be an interesting dialogue between the both of us. But he said it was a month ago, not real pushback. It was about a collab. Oh, okay. It might have fell in my spam because I would have responded to you, brother. If I see it, I'll respond to you, man. Anytime about a collab, I will respond to you, brother. So I just didn't see it, but I'll go check it right now. Glad you told me. See, if you hadn't said anything, I still would never know. You still be boiling over at me, and then you go back to your channel and be like, there's some people over on Let's Talk the Better Black Life. I'm not saying no names, but they wear glasses and they got lines in their forehead. I'm just saying, right? I'll be like, somebody be like, hey, Clarence, I think he's talking about you. I'll be like, nah, shut up. See, I just don't know though. I don't know. But if I know, see, y'all youngsters, y'all think we like y'all, man. We up on everything. We ain't, man. Please, we ain't up. I barely look at. Now that I'm back working, I barely look at YouTube. I barely look at it now. I used to look at it all the time, but now I just don't have the time anymore. Right? I'm ripping and running around. So I got 2 graduations this week. So I mean, we just, how y'all know how it is in real life, man. We ripping and running, right? Bolo TV, something. Hey, bro, something about a belt. I don't know. I couldn't read that. Anyway, shout out to Bolo, man. Maybe soon he'll put a message that I can read in there. I can't read that message that he got out there, man. But shout out to Bolo TV, man. Have you guys checked out the Village? Oh my gosh, man. Man, that's the place, man. You want to go. When me, Vaughn, and any get stuff wrong on this, when we start reading these scriptures, man, go to Bolo, man. They straighten it out. Clarence and Vaughn and any said this scripture meant this. Then Bolo be like, well, sorta. Let me break it down to you in the fullest. Go get it cleaned up over at Bolo, right? What this dude Bolo, man? What's wrong with him, man? Something about a belt. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know what's wrong with it, man. Keep talking about some belt or something, man. You fixated, Brother Bolo. I don't know what's going on with you, man. But shout out to the Village, man. If you haven't already subscribed to Bolo TV and the Village, man, go on over there, man. I'm talking about some good people, man, with some good vibes that want to actually. Here we go. Brother, are you okay, man? You keep talking about this belt, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
I'm just asking a question, brother. Did you clean the belt? That's all I'm asking.
I forgot my earphones. I forgot my headphones. I can't even play the headphone game, man. I can't even play the headphone game with you, man. Oh man. Okay, I'll tell you what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna get this straight, man. I gotta take care of this computer because I gotta get this computer away. So we're gonna take care of that. Once we do that,
right,
we'll straighten this whole misunderstanding up. Misunderstanding up, man. It seems to be a misunderstanding, man.
There's a misunderstanding?
There's a misunderstanding, brother. There's a misunderstanding.
Sir, can I just ask you a few questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was there a competition, sir?
What? No, there wasn't. There wasn't. There was art. There was art. And then there was just some people felt so bad for one of the contestants that they just let that person win. Right? My people got big hearts. Right? Even on the Village, they got big hearts. Everybody got a big heart.
Okay.
There's art.
Right.
Then there's what the other contestant had going on.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But
was there a winner?
Yeah, there was a winner. There was a winner. There was a winner. Now, the validity of the winning or whatever, that's different, right? Because like I said, my people got big hearts. Your people got big hearts.
Right.
They, maybe they felt some type of way, man. They said, man, this dude is getting clobbered. Let's go on and give him the trophy. That Clarence getting back on the other side. Okay.
Okay.
So we do another one.
I understand. I understand there's going to be another one, but I want to understand it. There was a winner, correct?
There was a winner.
Okay, forget the big hearts. So there was a winner.
There was a winner.
What does the name of that person who won starts with?
Well, let's see.
That was a bad question because if you say B, both of our names start with B.
Well, I got to go through the alphabet, brother. I got to go through the alphabet. There's A, there's C, there's D, there's E. Did I skip one? There's E. I ain't heard it yet. Oh,
okay.
Man.
All right. How you feeling, man? I heard you were feeling below the weather last week.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm feeling better, man. Last week, my asthma was acting up a little bit because of some smoke that was coming from Nova Scotia into New York. But
okay.
Yeah. So, but it's supposed to be done. So
sound good, man. Sound good.
Yeah.
Sound
How you
good.
doing, brother? I know you was a little under the weather a little bit.
Yeah, I still got a little bit of it trying to hang on, man. But other than that, man, I'm good. I'm doing really well, man.
Okay.
I'm doing really well, man.
I'm thinking about taking a trip out to your place to see the belt.
Come on, man. Come on. You can come on out here, man. Okay. Now, your name might not be on it at that time. Right? Your name might not be on it that. It might be scribbled out, right?
Okay.
You have Bro C scribbled in there instead of Bolo, right?
As long as I know that you have a belt in a nice place that you can see it and remind you of me, and you clean it every once in a while. You ain't got to clean it every day, but once in a while. I'm good with that.
All right, man. I'm just saying, like I'm saying, man, I feel you, I'm gonna let you get all that in, everything, because guess what? I want to hear you the same way.
Right.
When algebra problems hit you,
all of that.
Physics,
I'm studying all of that right now.
When I'm hitting you with that philosophy, I mean, what I'm saying, with that Plato and all that. When I'm hitting you with all that, man, I want to hear the same thing, man.
Okay, brother. Damn, you taking me to Plato, brother?
Are you shining up that belt that you won? Bro C. All right.
Yeah. You see, I haven't been calling you, lately, while I'm streaming. I haven't been calling you, but I got to start calling you, to wake you up.
Yeah, man, you got to remind me, man. Sometimes I'm knocked out or I'm driving. Most of the time when you on now, because I went back to work, I'm driving home. But if you call me and remind me, I'll tap in. I mean, I can,
All right.
But I'll tap in while I'm on the freeway,
All right then, brother. Well, I just want to say shout out, I love you.
Love you too, brother.
Continue doing what you're doing. I'm glad that you're in better health. I'm gonna get down so I know you can do your closing remarks, as it takes you about 2 hours to close out.
Risa Vaughn and Patrice are like, yep, you're right.
Brother, you told when I was up about 2 hours ago, you were like, yeah, we got to get out of here,
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? But you know how it is, man. It's hard because you got a person to come in and just start dropping jewels, right? You like, oh man,
you gotta
and you got a whole panel like that. It's like, wow, where do you put the line at, right?
You can't. You gotta let them rock. You gotta let the spirit move. So I love you, brother, and I'm gonna holler at you.
Love you too. Hey, when's the next time we can catch you, brother?
Tomorrow morning at 7:00. Every day, 7:00. Wednesdays, 9:00, and Fridays at 9:30. So we're kind of busy. We're about to.
Why don't this brother ever say Eastern Standard Time, so we'll know that he's saying 7:00 his time? That's what that's 3 hours behind me, so that's 4 a.m. my time. Why don't the brother ever say that?
My bad, brother. All of this is Eastern Standard Time.
There you go, brother. There you go. There you go.
So right now we got some things working that we might be putting another day in there. So we're figuring things out and seeing how we can do it.
Okay.
So thank you so much. Love you, my brother, and I'm a holla.
Love you, brother. Appreciate you, man. I'm gonna pull you down, man. All right, that was Brother Bolo, man. Hey, man, let me tell you something, brother. That brother will check on me in a heartbeat, man. Hey, bro, I ain't seen you in a while. I ain't heard from you, man. What's going on? Right? And I'll do the same. I'll hit him up. But I'll call you back. Brother Bolo, man, I don't know, man. He gets so busy, man. He'd be like, oh, yeah, I was going to call you back, bro. See, but I was caught up. Okay. All right. So I got to tell him, man. I said, all right, man. I'm gonna let it slide this time, right? And then I end up letting it slide again, right? What you do when you love somebody, man? You just keep on letting it slide sometimes, right? But I'm gonna get in him. I'm gonna get him. Don't worry. At the competition, I'm gonna get him, right? All right, y'all. We gotta get out of here, man. So let me go straight into it, man. The chat's where it's at. The chat, man. Everybody in the chat did a great job today. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All right. Yeah, man. But see, you got to make it sound like it's an emergency. If you make it sound like it's an emergency, Polo will call you right away, right? He will call you right away. But if you like, hey, man, I'm just checking in, man. I'm just tapping in. That week might fly by, man. That week might fly by, right? All right, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Chat's where it's at. That Green Vegan, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate seeing you. I would like to interview you as well. If we can set that up, that would be cool. Just to have our people have a different, some of us do eat meat, some of us don't. So, you know what I'm saying? Just to have them have the option and see what their options would be, meatless. You know what I'm saying? And healthy options. Okay, so but if we can set that up, that Green Vegan, we can work that out. But just know that I am interested in having interviewing you. All right, moving on, man. The chat's where it's at. The chat is where it's at, man. Shout out to the chat. I got the real ones in the chat. M Mills, NA, especially our resident sniper, Risa Neal, in the building. Okay, I'll reach out to you, that Green Vegan. I'll try. We'll try to set that up. I got Risa Neal in the building, and see y'all, man. See what? Well, Clarence, how come the chat works so good? How come we don't have no trolls in the chat or nothing like that? Because we got people we got an enforcer like Risa Neal. We got another enforcer like M Mills. We got some enforcers out there, man. And when you got some enforcers, man, that are like bloated person away, they know already. Okay, ain't no point going back over there. They respect you, and you got in the nation, we call our women the vanguard, right? We got the vanguard over here, right? They'll stomp you out in a minute too, right? Don't think that just the FOI gonna stomp you out, right? The MGT will stomp you out too, right? The vanguard, right? So you know what I'm saying? We got the sisters over here that and the brothers in the chat with that. We not playing no games, right? As long as you coming, you could challenge us, but we ain't gonna let you get disrespectful, right? And so somebody's trying to be disrespectful to brother 84 and M Mills. Poofed him, right? I tried to warn him. I tried to warn the brother, but he didn't listen, or whoever it was didn't listen. Shout out to Simon in the food channel. Bro Vaughn said, bro, Clarence, you long-winded. I'm not long-winded it. I'm short-winded it. Now I am. I'll take that L. I'll take that L. I am long-winded. But the chat is where it's at, man. Everybody did a great job today. Appreciate y'all, man. Very strong performance from the chat. Very solid, especially in Mills, man. Took down that one person. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Everybody did good, man. Very solid performance. Very strong, very solid. What about the people on the panel? We had so many people on the panel, so I got to keep these panels small, man. I can't let them get to 10 people. Then we all gonna be talking over each other, and then see what happens when you have talk these panels. Then there's always one person that wants to talk uninterrupted for about 20 or 30 minutes. You're like, no, we can't have 10 people talking uninterrupted for 20 or 30 minutes. We can't do that, right? The whole show is gonna be over, right? Excuse me. All right, y'all. I got to get out and go walk, man. Something sweat this cold out. All right, y'all. Let's go through real quick who was on the panel. Who else? Who do we have on the panel? Well, we had Rush on the panel. Rush from the Labudo Network. Shout out to Rush, man. Man. Me and Labudo, me and Chaotic fell out, right? And we didn't really fall out, but we just came to an understanding that the way he rolls wasn't gonna work over here. So, we both, like men, said, okay, we agreed that he probably shouldn't come over here with that, right? Even though he's tried a couple times since, but you're not gonna get no juice over here. So anyway, but Rush was caught in the middle because Rush was over here, Rush was over there, but Rush decided, hey man, I got to roll with my boy. This is my people. I'm gonna stay with my people. I wasn't like, oh man, well, F you, Rush. You can come on, man. I was like, I told him, I said, man, if that's your boy, I know that's your boy, going over there with him. You always welcome here if you want to come, but I'm not going to be holding it against you because you were back over there with him. And, you know, he doing his thing, he doing his thing, whatever, right? But shout out to Rush, man. He came through, man. And, you know, he's pushing this program, right? He said that it's all about the competition. But see, everybody's not like that. See, we all on YouTube for different reasons. That's the thing, man. And so the problem is people project, they think they see another content creator, they think he is got the same objective I got, which is to get monetized or to get viewers or to get subs or to get, they feel that everybody is the same way. They feel like everybody's like me, but everybody ain't like me. Everybody ain't like you, right? Some of us are here to get subscribers. No, I mean, that's the chief goal, right? Yeah, I'm here to get subscribers, but that the chief goal is to put out good information that people could see and watch, and they'll be able to do something positive with their lives. That's my chief goal here. Now, if we can get more subscribers, cool, I'm with that. I'm with that. But that's not my major issue. But other people will say, well, that's, you know, I heard a person say one time, well, if you ain't trying to get paid on YouTube, you a lie. Everybody ain't trying to get paid. I appreciate when people give me cash apps, right? You know who told me to put a cash app up, who put my cash app up there? That lady right there you looking at right now, Don Frank. That sister the one that told me. She said, you should put your cash app up there. I said, but you know, Don Frank, I don't even really worry. She said, you know what, nah, brother, just put it up there. Just put it up there. You ain't got to tell nobody go to it. Just put it up there in case somebody might want to do it. Somebody might want to just, you know, donate to the cause. Don Frank is the one you got to thank for me put my cash app up there. She's the one that told me to do that. And I was smart enough to listen to her, right? Because sometimes you guys give me cash apps, man, it's cool. Comes in handy, right? You know, able to get some gas to go back and forth here or there, right? Whatever, right? But I'm saying, I personally was not like, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to put my cash app out there. I'm going to get rich. Nah, man, I didn't do that. I listened to the sister that told me to do it. And fortunately, it worked out, right? When you guys get some little money, y'all will help us out, right? That's cool, no problem. But hey, I'm working like y'all. Y'all see me, I'm doing these streams, especially during the week in my work clothes, right? Because I just come straight from work over here, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like y'all, man. I ain't trying to get rich over here on YouTube. I don't think I'm gonna get rich, right? On YouTube. I ain't trying to, at least. If it happened, it happened. But that's not my major goal. My major goal is to make good content, man. So y'all could have something where you could say, you know what, you got a question about that? Go see Bro C, man. You know, I think he made a video about that, right? Or whatever, right? Or they can come and talk to me, right? Man. Okay, y'all. So but anyway, yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all. Let's go down the list. Well, I talked about Rush, man. Rush, always strong performances, always very solid dude, man. If you get a chance to go over to Labuto Network, go on over to Labuto Network and check out Rush, man. Rush is a good dude, man. Now, do he always agree with me? No, right? We didn't agree this time, right? But he's a solid cat. And I respect solid dudes. I respect solid dudes. Even if they don't agree with me, I respect them when they're solid, man. What about Jay Takashi? Jay Takashi came in, boom, start dropping jewels, right? It's like, what? Man, so, you know, how do I close this? How do I close when people keep coming up and dropping jewels, right? And then they springboard the conversation into something else. Right? So, but I wanted to break it down, man, because I thought we had a good show today. But shout out to Jay Takashi, man. If you haven't already subscribed to Jay Takashi, get on over there and check out Jay Takashi, man. Good content creator, man. You know what I mean? And just check him out, man. See if you like him and see if you don't. I mean, you know, it's up to you. Who else was on the stage? Risa Neal came on the stage. Holy smokes. Risa came on the stage, man. You know what I mean? That, you know what Risa coming on stage remind me of, man? Remember, like, you know, those of you that have now I didn't have a big sister, but I had like a cousin that was always, you know, had to watch us, right? You know, at some point, right? And so when that cousin came, when she came out the house, she had that look on her face like, yeah, I'm looking for you, right? I'm looking for you, right? She was mad because she got sent to come and get you. Right? That's I was at Risa. I saw Risa come up and I said, oh, something's about to get straightened out right now. That's what I say, man. I said, she about to straighten something out right now. Oh man, a food channel. Simon, what you know about the hub, man? What you know about the hub? All right, so yeah, it was great to hear Risa, right? Y'all don't know, see, man, y'all just see Risa in the chat, man. See, we get to hear Risa from behind the scenes, and we know that Risa very intelligent, very flowing sister, can hold her own in any conversation, just like Patrice, just like they can hold their own in any conversation, right? You talk about a multitude of things, man, they can hold their own, right? So, but y'all don't know that because this is our first time actually getting to hear her go in, right, and express herself. But hopefully she'll do it more, man, because, man. But anyway, what y'all think about Risa, man? Outstanding. I don't know. I think that was Risa's maiden voyage actually talking. I think she came up here for a hot second before, but I don't think she actually was breaking stuff down. But she did a good job, man. Great job, actually. Great job. You see me, I just backed up out the way. Okay. He came up here, man. I said, let me back up out the way. But shout out to Risa, man. Very strong performance. Very solid as always. Very solid in the chat as well as on the panel. Very solid performance. What about Von Bryant? Von Bryant came up here, right? As always. Very strong performance as always, man. Very solid. You know what I'm saying? Von has that, I'm going to say it like 84, the Morgan Freeman vibe. I don't know what he meant by that, but but yeah, but no, Von has that vibe that kind of calms everything down, man. He got that voice that kind of calms everything down, man. Slows everything down. So, and people kind of listen to Von for whatever reason, man. They just listen to him, and they kind of slow down and kind of give him at least the respect to listen to what he say, man. So shout out to Von, man. He came in though, as always, very strong performance as always, very solid. Glad to have all of you guys here on the program, man. But very strong, solid performance from Von Bryant. What about Mandrell? Mandrell's always strong too, man. But he's a lot stronger when he's by himself, man. I noticed that, man. He's a lot stronger when he rolls by himself. When he's with the crew, sometimes just the crew itself, the energy of the crew itself kind of pulls it down. But when he's by himself, man, solid. Well, he's always solid, but you can hear more of what he's saying, and you can get the vibe off the brother. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the brother don't always agree with me either. You know what I mean? But I like these young brothers. They intellectually can put their argument together without having to be disrespectful at the same time, man. And so that makes us be able to have a conversation, even if we don't agree. But shout out to Mandrell, man. Go check his show out. It's over there on the Black Man Unfiltered Network. It's called Mandrell and Shoo Unapologetic. And go check him out, man. Go check him out. Give him a shot, man. He said Wednesday nights. Go check him out. Who else came up? 84 came up, right? Twice, right? Came up, you know what I mean? Was kind of in one place, left for a little while, came back, was in a whole nother place. And just decided to apologize for everything, right? Just say, hey man, just decide to take ownership of his role in how crazy things got, right? At least that's the way I saw it, right? I don't know how everybody else saw it, but that's the way I saw it. So, you know what I'm saying? The brother came up, he didn't have to come back, he didn't have to do all that, he didn't have to say all that, right? I mean, if he ain't got no channel, what's the point, right? He ain't never gonna talk to none of us again, allegedly, right? But hopefully he start his channel back up, because I don't think anybody wanted him to take his channel down. Just wanted him to understand some things about being a content creator that are unwritten, right? There's some unwritten things when you out here creating content that you got to deal with, right? Right? You may be right. You may have people in the chat a person in the chat that go do something crazy, right? And people gonna come back to you and say that was your subscriber that did that. The person in your chat that did that, right? And they try to hold you accountable for something they did, right? I mean, there's all kind of unwritten rules about content creation, so it is what it is, right? Shout out to the Great Pill Podcast. Okay, yeah, it did take courage, Juan. It took courage for him to come up, right? So shout out to him for keeping his word, coming up here. But 84, man, what y'all think, man? I think he did a good job, man. Especially the second time he came back up here, he really took a lot more ownership of his role in the situation, right? So shout out to 84, man. I hope he can, emotionally and technically work the stuff out, man, where he could see his way clear to just, accepting some things about content creation and, moving forward and just, moving on, man. You know what I mean? Move on and, take that L. Because we all got to take an L every now and then, right? Oh, I don't take no L's. You lie. You a liar. Don't anybody tell you they don't take no L's, they lying. Everybody takes an L every now and then. That's how we learn, man. Most people don't learn when good stuff is happening to them. They learn when they hit a bump, hit a pothole. You hit a pothole in life, and then that's when you learn, oh man, I shouldn't do that, right? Right? Prime example, those of us that's men, right? Some of us didn't do it because it wasn't allowed at the time. It was the technology wasn't there at the time. But you got the guys now that's out there sending pictures of themselves nude or their genitalia to women they just met online, right? They think that's a good idea until the woman say, hey man, what you doing? This ain't no way to endear yourself to me. This ain't no way to endear yourself to me, man. Right? But we got to learn by making mistakes, right? Got to learn. Or you say something to the wrong person, right? We young, we teenagers, right? You say something to the wrong person, pop, right? Click. Get that nosebleed or get that eye, you have to throw that steak on the eye. You go, oh, okay. Can't say that to Big Steve. Nah, right? You know, learn how you got to respect people, man. Anyway, shout out to 84, man. He had the balls to come up here and, try to get as much if he could of the situation straight as possible. We'll see if he mean it. We'll see how he moving afterwards. If he comes back, right? Hopefully he will, but he may not. But if he do come back, we'll see if he mean it, right? Who else came up here? Bolo TV, right? Bolo TV. Shout out to Tristan, by the way. Bolo TV came up here, right? He came up here, man. As always, man. Sprinkle a little something on us, right? Always talking clear, man. You know what I'm saying? Bolo TV came up here, but he did a good job too, man. And Bolo's the same way, man. He's always trying to find a solution to the issue, right? If he feels it's like a serious issue, he'll try to find a solution to the problem. So Bolo's doing a lot behind the scenes as well, trying to bring some things to a good resolution. So shout out to Bolo, man. But he came on here, man. What y'all think about his situation today? Right? Very solid, as always. Bolo's very solid dude, man. Very solid dude. I don't know about the singing, but very solid dude, man. Very, very, very solid. Very solid dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to give him that work, man. We're going to have a competition. We're going to have part 2, and I'm going to have to give him that work, man. So those of y'all that love Bolo, man, go right now to Amazon, order some Kleenex for him, man. Just send him some Kleenex because he's going to need it, man, when, his feelings get hurt. When I put him through the ringer, right? Shout out to Bolo TV, man. If you haven't already subscribed to Bolo TV, man, what is you doing, man? Get on over there. But Clarence, I ain't no Christian. I don't believe in all that. It's not about being a Christian, brother. It's about going over there and going over the word, man. Maybe you could teach them something over there, right? Most of them guys got the spirit to at least listen to you, right? And they'll tell you their opinion, you tell them your opinion, and then you agree or disagree or whatever, right? But I ain't never seen nobody get cussed out over on the village. I ain't never seen nobody have a major issue over there, right? There's disagreements, but I ain't never seen nobody have no major issue over there. I haven't seen it. Everything at least everybody's willing to have a conversation. So go on over there and check it out. Go on over there and check it out. All right, that was Bolo TV, man. Very solid performance, very strong performances. What about Rico Young? What about Rico Young, man? Y'all got to understand, Rico used to jump out of airplanes for the Army, man. So Rico is not wrapped too tight all the time, right? Rico's not wrapped too tight all the time, but every now and then, like today, man, he'll do good, right? I'm telling you, man, Rico is a very intelligent dude, man. And if you ask him something about business, oh my God, man, Rico will pop out of a drunken stupor, give you good advice about business, and then pop back into go back to the drinking. Oh, man, but Rico, what do y'all think about Rico, man? Very solid performance. As always, man. I talk to Rico behind the scenes a lot, man. So, man, we argue. You know what our favorite argument is? Our favorite argument is the bus driver. I won't date the bus driver. Me and Rico argue about that a lot, man. A lot. We just don't agree on that situation, man. And then, and another thing we don't agree on, men going to jail for child support. Rico think, man, put him in jail. And I'm like, no, man, even though the dude might not have the child support, he can still spend time with the kid, right? Rico likes, F that. You ain't paying, go to jail, right? So those are two arguments that we always have, man. But then Rico cussed me out about that and say, oh, hey, man, call me later, man, because I'm about to go get a sandwich. Like nothing, right? But I know, man, like old school dudes, man, that's how they get down, man. They cuss you out like they talking to you, man. My father was the same way, man. He was an old Texas country boy, man. Cuss you out in a heartbeat and then say, go get me a beer out the fridge, right? You know, like I could open this beer and spit in it, right? But I knew better than do something crazy like that. But I'm just saying, man, you had me go get a beer for you. That's how old school dudes are, man. They don't mean nothing by that, all that cussing out, man. That's how they get down. That's how they communicate. All right, y'all. That was Rico. Who else? We got one more person. What about Patrice? Man, Patrice came up here, man. Same thing, man. Always. You know, the thing I like about people like Patrice and Risa, they come up here, man, they come up here and they show that the sisterhood, man, don't sleep. Don't sleep. You know, don't sleep on the sisterhood, man, because they can interject into the conversation, and the conversation will never lose any speed because they talking, right? It'll never lose speed, it'll never lose steam. Nothing comes off the conversation because they females, right? They still gonna hit it, you know, where it's supposed to be hit, right? So I love that about them, man. Appreciate them about that. But what do y'all think about Patrice today? Did she do a good job? I think so. Very solid, as always. Very solid, very strong performance. As always. Okay, that's everybody on the list, y'all. Everybody did a great job. Everybody was strong. Everybody had a solid performance. Everybody did everything great, man. Everybody did good. The chat, the panels, everything, man. Everybody did a great job. So now with this, what we're going to do, y'all. I'm going to try and see if I can come back on Tuesday. If not Tuesday, Thursday for sure. I'm sure Patrice will send me something. Patrice is always sending me, Clarence, we need to do something on this. Clarence, we need to do something on that. So she always sends me something. So we'll see what she sent me. And if not, we'll think of something, y'all. But thank y'all for having this conversation with us. We appreciate y'all. And, y'all have the good rest of thank you, Quantum. Y'all have a good rest of the day. And, I'm going to give y'all some homework, man. Go tell somebody that you didn't know that and don't even see it coming. Tell them about something good about themselves, right? Your kid, right? Go to your child and say, you know what? You know, you're a good dancer, or you're a good mathematician, or you got good handwriting, or something, right? Go tell. I'm gonna do the same thing, right? I'm gonna go with my granddaughter, maybe go with my wife. I spent time with my wife last night, right? Went to see a movie. Don't go see that Robert De Niro movie. The one where he's the father. I was like, man, this movie is crazy, man. All I did was eat popcorn in that movie, man. I was like, man, this movie is whack. At least that was my opinion. We'll go see it. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it, man. I saw that movie. I was like, what the heck? I stood in line to get this popcorn and these drinks for this. Anyway, man, y'all have a great rest of y'all Saturday. We'll see y'all next week, y'all. Peace.